Blaze Parker.
And together we are the Battle Hammer. And some nerds. Say hello, nerds. Nope. Okay.
Addressing?
So, as usual, joining us today, we have Nick, Steve, and John. Hello, Nick, Steve, and John.
Hello.
Fuck me, you lot are full of go, ain't ya? Sweet mother of God.
Oh, listen to
Talking to the audience, or is he talking to us now, do you think?
I was talking to the fucking audience, you belly.
How do you know they're not full of go? They might be jumping up and down on their sofas.
I was introducing you all, getting you all to say hello.
Hang on, we're being videoed? What's going on? I didn't know that.
Time? What? And I gave no consent for such a thing.
It's all right, Parky. I'll cut you out most of the videos.
I don't blame you.
Right. So, as you recall, you'd been tracking the Flayer, and your amazing Carlo has managed to actually locate the place where he's been hiding. And
Kill the baddie, etc. Yada, 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 yada. Can the rest of you actually pull your own fucking weight at some point, please, lads? I mean, I'm not implying that this is a one-man team, but...
Excuse me?
It is. Yep.
If it wasn't for me turning it around, like mind controlling it and turning it around and attacking it with flame.
But I killed it though, didn't I?
Oh, I mean, if you want to, argue semantics about kill stealing, then that's.
I killed it though, didn't I?
Oh, no. Yes, I'm sure you single-handedly, behind a wall of two men and with the aid of another man, but single-handedly shot it.
All I can remember is the rest of you were there, but
I
mean, Steve fell over.
You are currently at the bottom of some stairs.
At the top of some stairs.
No, you're at the bottom now.
Have we gone down the stairs?
Yeah.
Who's first?
I have.
Oh, John has. Oh, okay, fine.
Did I fall over?
What you did?
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Turns or something, so I think we can say that he's slapped about and woken up, right?
Yeah, he has woken up.
I'll be on -1 now for the rest of the scene now because I had me attack. So
yep.
Yeah, just remember it.
Is a large chamber. The construction of it is completely different to the warehouse above you. And you can see here appears to be like a broken plinth, and there is a skull on it. Over here, there is a big bloke tied to a wall, and in front of him, mopping his brow, is what appears to be Master Vernon.
Oh, it's that mimic, isn't it?
Oh, big people tied to walls. Fucking, there's something in you as an archer when you see a big person tied to a wall that just screams at you.
I'm gonna come off the steps, or nobody else can come down. So I'm gonna move.
Well, I presume you're going to charge. Are you in non-charge mode this week?
Get him, Marvello! Get him!
Are you in peaceful communication mode this week, or are you in homicidal loony charge mode?
Get him! Get him!
When you notice it's only against the black coats, I actually go softly.
Nick, what are you doing?
I am
charging.
going to shoot the. I'm so tempted. A big guy tied to a wall.
Well,
no, I shoot you. No, fuck it. I'm shooting the big guy tied to a wall.
John is started to charge to there.
He might be a valuable prisoner.
This is as
mate, he's a big guy
patting the bloke's head, drops whatever he's using to pat the head with, turns around and glares at you all, and just shakes his body, and pieces of flesh, strips of flesh, just fall off of him onto the floor.
Whoa.
And some naked bloke whose facial features aren't quite defined is looking at you screaming, "No! No one shall touch my love! I will kill you all first!"
Haha, well, in fact, I have preempted him by already shooting him. That'll fucking teach him. And a bit. That's a 2.
So, Nick.
All degrees and minuses.
Hold on, Nick. I'm giving you your bloody modifiers.
It's all right, mate. Well, firstly, I don't care what modifiers you give me because I made it by about 16. But sadly, I've done 2 points of damage, so you can largely ignore it. I hit it straight between the eyes, but the arrow's only penetrated like a millimetre.
It hits him and just bounces off of his skin.
Yeah,
literally just bounces off his skin.
I rather suspected that might happen. He's intensely armor plated.
Steve,
where are we? Are we downstairs or?
You were at the bottom. You 4 are at the bottom of the 4 at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
Marvello is already halfway across the fucking room, screaming.
Oh,
No, he isn't. He's talking, isn't he? I thought he was in talk
No,
mode.
he's in charge. I'll charge after Marvello against the Flayer, whoever it is.
All right. So Marvello's had his. He's already moved to there. Parker.
I'm staying alongside Carlo. And
Aren't you going to run over and pick up the skull and juggle with it?
and wear it like a hat. Look at me! Look at me! And then I shall attempt to engulf this beast, this changeling in flame.
What's your quickness, John, normally?
13.
Thank you. Just so I can know where my beasties go. Okay, so what are you doing, Parker?
I shall attempt to engulf the changeling in purifying flame.
Oh, right. Okay. Nothing like saying, hello, how you doing? Hi.
Is that different to your normal flame?
Just said they was going to kill us all.
Well, yeah. So?
He does look like a baddie, mate. You have him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, made it by 6.
Well,
From any minus
to hit him, the defense is -4, just so you know.
-4. Okay. Yep. So fortunately, still made it with -6. So I'm at D12 damage. A big 3 points of damage. Whoosh.
They're really heavily armored, these baddies, aren't they?
Nope. My actions then. So the bad guy crashes into Marvello and Gad. He gets 2 attacks, and these first 2 attacks will be directed at Marvello. John, you are rolling
like him
at
Choice.
no modifier. He's doing 2 attacks.
First one made, and the second was on it. 12.
So he's running forward, this naked man with just blood dripping from him, these 2 swords, clang clang against you. Nick.
I am going to move to looking at the map to the right and basically shoot the big guy again.
What, there?
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
Okay, roll.
Basically, so I can still get a line of sight on the big dude.
There's no modifier to shoot him.
That's good. That rolled exactly on. That did 9 points of damage, though.
Not sure about your logic attacking the big bloke. It might work out all right.
Okay.
Well, I figure there's 3 people in a whirling combat, and I don't figure I should be shooting into it.
If he's chained up, he might be someone
Dave.
good.
He's big and he's chained up.
Maybe. Might work out all right.
Steve, what are you doing?
Oh, hit inside, mate. -4, so that'll be a total -5, wouldn't it? So
Yep.
I rolled to hit him. I missed.
Okie dokie. Then it's me, then John. Right, so first of all, the person that you are fighting has 2 attacks. He'll have 1 on each of you this time. So you're both doing your defenses at -0.
Yep.
I
Shield
feel
up.
like I've been attacked already. Have I?
New round, John.
New
I
round.
haven't stabbed.
Oh, yeah, you haven't, have you?
Oh,
Sorry.
get with it.
I'll just do a quick attack. See if
Yep.
I'm successful. 15.
-4 to hit, John.
Ooh.
Ah, no.
Right, so it's 1 hit on both Gad and Marvello.
Yeah, actually, I with my -1, I actually failed. Actually, you have hit me.
Okie dokie.
8. Yep.
So whoever got hit, it's 4 points of damage.
Rolling for armor. Oh, 1 point through.
Ooh.
You hurt me.
And then the guy that's chained up, or tied up, should I say, just starts screaming. And his skeleton pulls itself out of its body, grows a little bit, so it's about 7, 8 foot tall. Its fingers turn into great big long claws, and it looks like it's got a warped crown on its head made of bone.
Steve? Gad?
Yeah,
So
I'll be able to
carry on fighting him.
shoot that, mate.
Yeah.
Shoot it. Shoot it. That sounds bad.
That sounds bad.
John, your action.
Oh, yes, I've hit.
Come on, John. Big hit.
So with
8
-4,
points.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
11. 8 points.
8. Do. 8.
Come on, Vandro, save the day.
Be nice.
Woot woot.
Well, he's already covered in blood, but now he's got big ass wounds on him that aren't looking too good. The other guy who's done the screaming just suddenly comes lunging forward to about, it's not there, that's for sure. Just rub that line out as well. And that suddenly comes lunging forward to about there. So he's by the combat, but he hasn't joined it yet. And he is just screaming. Parker?
I shall move across to roughly the same place that Carlo is and attempt
You'd
to
be a bit in front of me.
No, and attempt to throw a brimstone cascade at this hideous abomination.
Okie dokie. +2 modifier, mate.
+2. That's a hit. For a big 5 points of damage.
No damage.
Ooh. Okay.
New round. So, Nick.
I was actually, ironically, after what Steve said about me shooting the bad guy, I thought, oh, Steve might have a point. Maybe this round I'll take a pause to use Witch Sight and see whether he's corrupted. But I don't think I'm going to bother doing that now. Nod's as good as a wink and all that. I'm going to shoot him again.
Okay.
Is there any modifiers?
+2 if you shoot the Blightborn.
All good. And that just hits again then.
Okay.
I mean, he might not be corrupted, you know, obviously.
How many, Nick?
6.
No damage.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
My
He might
bad.
not be corrupted. I mean, his skeleton is clearly corrupted, but the rest of him just laying on the floor might not be corrupted.
Yeah.
Too scared.
Steve.
I hit him. I'm going to hit the bloke. And I do hit the bloke. Oh, I keep forget what damage is. It's a D10, isn't it? Is it just a normal D10? Is it? Should look this up really. Oh, I got an 8. I think that's 8 damage.
Hey, that's on the bloke, isn't it?
Yep.
The
Okay.
thing.
That puts him down.
Ooh.
And as he sort of begins to slump down, he's on his knees and he's sort of turning around, looking over his shoulder, and he's kind of puts his arms out in a pleading like kind of gesture towards this beast. And the beast then just steps forward and rips him in half.
Oh.
And then bundles into you two. So it'll be an attack on each of you.
Okie dokie.
You are at -3 to your defense rolls.
14, 15, 16, 13. Right, I've rolled a 8, so I am okay.
Uh-huh.
I've been hit.
Oh dear. That is 10 points of damage, John.
Oh, that's a good hit.
I like him.
That's not nice at all.
I've soaked up 6.
Oh, nice one.
Nice, good man.
John.
4 through.
Mm.
Reading for a bit of pain there. Right. 11. So I've hit him.
Oh, he's on D10.
8 points damage.
Hey, good hit back.
No, it's not.
No, that's a good hit. Oh, well.
It needs to be a good hit, remember?
Okay, you're small cut. Parker.
I'm going to head. I'm going to run towards the plinth, and assuming that maybe it's the source of his power or something like that, I'm going to throw a brimstone cascade at it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to do anything, but that's what I'm going to do.
So you want to be about there?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just check something. La 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 la.
Might making it worse. I don't know, but it seems like the sort of thing that you'd do.
Yeah, why not, mate? Go for it.
Suddenly, slowly turns around with red eyes and starts attacking us.
Okay, roll then, Pargy. -1.
Okay. That is a hit.
Okay, now roll your damage.
Here we go. Big money. Papa needs a new pair of 4 damage.
This area has burst into fire briefly. New round. Nick, what are you doing, mate?
I'm holding it. I'm basically waiting to fire, but I don't like firing in a melee. There's 3 people fighting. I'm holding it, but also, Straw, for your information, but not for the 2 people in front of me who can't see what I'm doing. I'm keeping a bit of an eye on Marvello now because he's been hit, and if he turns and attacks Gad, I'll shoot Marvello.
Bloody hell, you're right on panic, you're in this bloody corruption stuff.
Can you also give me a vigilant roll, please, Nick?
Yes, you're absolutely right, Steve. I am. Also, I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. I'm closest to the stairs, and that's not an accident. I'm too scared.
Okay.
I'm really quite nervous.
Good to know. So, Steve.
I'm going to hit. What was the minuses for hitting this bloke?
No, I don't think there's much on this one. No, nothing on this one.
That's just a straight normal. So it's 15. I've hit him. Take. Oh, that's a 10, mate. Fucking hell. Just when I needed it.
Okay. Shrugs that off.
That's the best I can do.
And then it's me. Right, this turn it has 2 attacks. And Nick, can you roll me a d4, please?
1.
Steve, you're on the receiving end
Go
of
on.
2 attacks this time. It's doing 2 claw attacks at you, and you are at
Oh, no, don't you get it as well? Parker burned a lot of them, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
-3.
Oh, that's 15, 14, 15, that's 13 because I fell my on one. So first one, I rolled a 1. Oh, so I did that with a backflip. And the second one, that's a 10, mate. So that's also okay as well.
Yeah, cool. But you
Nice.
get a horrible feeling if that had hit. Oh.
Yeah, both of them could have killed me.
Then Nick, you did because you failed your roll. Nick, you only notice it now.
Somebody's
People
coming down the
come
stairs.
down the stairs.
Yeah.
People.
People have come down the stairs. You'll go into that next round. John,
Helpful.
John. Come on, John.
guardsman.
3. I've hit him.
Do I not get a go?
No,
I'll go left.
you get Parky.
Yeah.
9
Right,
points.
How many, John?
9 points.
9, 8.
Well done, John.
Come
Can I
on.
get my...
Yeah, another meaty, solid hit, and the thing just turns around and looks at you. Parker.
Sorry.
I shall take a couple of steps forward as soot starts to cover my hands, and I shall pour more fiery doom upon this thing.
Okay.
In an attempt to, I'm trying to melt it almost. Just
Yeah.
pouring heat. At -1, you say?
Yep.
Got a 14, so made it at -1.
Okay. Hope you're remembering your corruption.
I am, and that's 10 points of damage.
I hope this is going to work.
Right. Again, fire all around that little plinth.
Does it look like it's being affected in any way?
Nope.
Okay.
New
That's
round. Nick.
I am turning. I'm taking a couple of steps away from the stairs. Along a bit further right. Turning around, pointing me bow and arrow at whoever's just come down the stairs in a "what the fuck are you doing here" type. I'm not firing immediately because I know who they are, but I'm prepared to fire. If they've got bones outside their body, I'm going to shoot them. Okay.
The first dot that I've just put in is the 4 witch hunter men,
Yes.
and the one on the bottom of the stairs is the witch hunter himself.
Okay.
So, Steve.
Not firing then.
Going to try and hit. I am rolling to hit, and I have missed. Stay still, you.
So this time the beastie does 1 attack on each of you. So do your tests at the defense test at -3, gentlemen.
I made it. Shields in the way again.
Made it.
Again. Bam! Bam! John.
10. 2 points of damage.
How many? No damage. Parker.
Given that my flaming doom doesn't appear to be doing as much as I'd hoped, I shall turn, look at this thing, and I don't know if it's even possible against such a beast, but I will attempt to bend its will with a resolute versus resolute, unless it's like immune to it or something, I don't know.
You can try. You're at -1.
-1, okay. 9, so yes, succeeded.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
I am going to try and turn it around so it's facing the other way so they can get some hits, and it will find it harder to hit them if it tries to. I don't know how much control I have
Okay.
over it because it's a beast.
Nick?
I'm basically I've lowered me bow, so I'm not like pointing it directly at the people, but I'm looking at them, and I've got my bow lowered to see what they're doing. I'm watching them. If they start charging into the back of our heroes, then I will intervene. Furthermore, obviously, if they charge towards me, I will shoot.
They fan out. The guy still standing, just leaning against the wall by the bottom of the stairs, watching.
Okay, in that case, I'm still not shooting. I'm watching. I'm basically waiting to see what happens. So I've got my arrow knocked. I'm waiting to see what happens.
Okay, Steve.
Not turning me back on them.
I'll try and hit again. Oh, it's me green dice.
Ah, Steve.
What was the minuses? Sorry.
Nothing.
3. No,
No,
It's 3 to hit.
even with my minus
Okay.
1, I've hit, and I do a total of 3 points of damage there.
Hmm.
There.
Right, then it's me again, and it'll do 1 attack on each of you at -3 defense.
I've got control of it with Bend Will, right?
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Oh,
You think it's turning, but all it's doing is just turning to swipe.
okay. So that did not work on me. Good to know.
Well, it is a sort of undead skeleton monster of doom, and you know.
Yeah, totally.
It's me. I've got 4.
I've defended.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
both defended, yeah?
My attack, yeah?
Yeah.
Go on, John. Get a critical.
No. 6 points.
Nope.
Tough old bastard.
Round.
Anymore.
Nick?
Me? No?
Oh, yeah, Parker, sorry.
Yeah, can't forget Parker.
Yay. I'm going to start getting a pack out, as in I'm getting a, what's the word? A healing thing out, because I can't seem to do anything else at the moment. And I'm looking at the witch hunters. Well, go on then, help him. I thought thou shalt not suffer a witch to live or whatever is your whole raison d'etre.
Nick?
Still holding the arrow, still waiting to see. I don't trust these witch hunters, so I'm watching them and I'm watching the fight and I'm waiting for an opportunity to do something.
Steve?
I'm hitting, and I roll to hit, and I get a whapping great big 3. So I hit him for a whapping great. I give it 8 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay.
It's a slow job.
Back to me, and it'll do 2 attacks this time, 1 on each of you again.
2 dice. And I have succeeded.
I failed.
10 points, John.
Oh, right, let's roll with
The
the 8.
ones with the fucking armor.
4. So I've 6 through. So
Oh,
now down 10 hit points.
That's a scratch to you, John.
The rest of us, of course, it's lying around, wriggling slightly, but yeah.
My attack.
I'd be
Yeah.
dead by then.
the 4 witch hunter fellas, Nick, are drawing weapons.
8 points.
8 points.
Well done.
Man.
2. It's, yeah, you can't tell how wounded it is. It's all bones. Parker?
Don't just stand there, you fools. And I'm looking at the body, the flesh that the skeleton stepped out of. Is it? I want to see if is it moving around? Does it kind of have anything to it, or is it just sloughed off and it's just there, but on the floor?
It's just slopped off.
Don't stand there, you fools. When did you get so gobby against the witch hunter people?
Nick?
When my friends are in danger.
I'm going to move forward a couple of paces because I figure if I'm pretty much against the wall, I should be able to shoot this thing in the side while the other 2 are fighting it because I'm not firing from behind them or anything. Okay, is that all right?
Yeah.
Because I figure I'm really, you know, if we all stand here and wait for it, it might be that one of them might go down. So I'll try and join in, but I don't want to shoot in the combat. That's all.
Yeah, you
In
shoot
case I do something like that and miss. I'm not a +2, I'm a +1, am I? I only need to be +1. No, missed them.
Okay, well, if you'd have critical, if you'd fumbled, you might have actually still hit one of the others because it's a sprawl. But as it is, you've only missed, so that's okay. Steve?
I will roll to hit again, and
Did
I
it fly
roll
past our face, though?
No, you're too busy fighting to notice, John.
fist again.
Missed. Okay. So 2 hits on you guys. Again at -3 to hit for your defenses.
Hit me.
I'm okay again.
Another
I was gonna
10.
say, Steve, it's the same fucking number as last time.
Yeah, I should keep working out. I should write it down really.
7 points off. So it's 3.
Number 3.
All right. You're not on your wound threshold yet, are you, John?
Oh, I'm on 7. What's my wound threshold? What is my
You've got a
wound
thing
threshold?
written up as your pain threshold, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
What's that in? Let's have a look at that.
That's the number that knocks you to the ground.
Yes, it is 8. So I'm on 7. So I'm on the ground.
Right, and you're also now classed as wounded, so you're at -2.
-2.
You are a bit of a mess.
Did
What
you
you-
take something in Iron Fist or something, John, that makes you even better or something?
Well, he's got a pretty high
That's
pain
for
threshold.
hitting. I get a double go. A second
Oh, that's
go
it.
at it.
Sorry, I thought you, this toughness. Yeah.
But I
One of
don't.
the guys,
Being on 7, I don't want to take too many 10 hits, do I?
No.
one of the guys hasn't really squared off against you, Nick, but he has taken a couple of steps forward towards you. The 2 guys in the middle have taken steps slightly forward, and the one on the end has sort of moved over towards Parker's area.
Why?
Oh, I don't fucking know, because they want to.
No, I'm
What?
not saying why. I'm just saying, oh, why? No, it's all right.
It's skull grabbing.
Is John's not down, is he? He's just like a bit phased or whatever,
He's
right?
wounded. He's on the
Why?
ground wounded.
He hasn't fallen down from a hit, but he is swaying. You can see.
I'm holding my action because if he looks like he's still in the combat, then he's in the combat. But as soon as he goes down, I'm holding my action so I can reach forward and grab him and pull him out.
That would be nice, but seeing as you were last at the end of the turn, doesn't matter.
Ah.
But that will carry over, so don't panic. Nick,
All right, I'm drawing an arrow. I'm pointing at the guy walking towards me and say, 1 more step and you're fucking dead.
Steve,
Ooh, I'll get it again. Ooh, I have got. Oh no, I thought it was a 1 then.
You two don't notice the guy sneaking up behind you, do you? So you're all
I
right.
hit him for a total of 8 points of damage again,
6.
knocking off little bits of bone.
Okay. There is a scream, and then it just goes. Again, 2 attacks, 1 on each of you 2.
Yep. Okay.
Same
I'm
number
okay.
Same number as last time, Steve.
I still have to work it out. I'm sorry.
Where's John?
He's obviously got a
He's
bit
given
nervous about being it.
See, this
Well,
is what I like armor and shield.
Defense or not, but
It's a bad situation.
what are you doing, Parker?
I'm waiting for John to come. I'm ignoring this fucking chappie next to me. I don't really care about him right now. And I'm waiting for one of my compatriots to be knocked over so I can pull them out of the combat and use a healing balm that I have ready in my hand.
Oh, he is.
Sorry about that. My little
Yay.
child's just fallen off the sofa.
Oh,
And
they
his
do
head.
that.
Sadly,
Yeah.
you died when you went away, John.
Dude, there's a thing called super glue. Try using it on them.
I'll have to. Right.
Did you make your defense roll, John?
Defense roll. -2,
3.
but -2 as well.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 1.
Way!
Okay. And then the thing just explodes into fragments of bone. And as they explode, as they reach the end of their trajectory, they just turn into dust.
Oh, good.
Wow. So we're coming dust.
Don't breathe it in. I'm not breathing it in.
Okay.
Don't move in.
One witch hunter stops there. One stops there. One stops there. That one stops right near you, Parky.
Mm-hmm.
And oops, hello. Oh. And the chappie himself steps into the room. We've done well. Now.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm straight over to John. I'm going to start patching him up.
Okay.
I'm ignoring these people, whoever they are.
All right. What's everyone doing?
I'm just watching this guy. I'm making Gad has actually noticed there's one behind him, haven't there?
Yeah, we'll turn around and listen to what he was going to say for himself.
Fine, that's all right. As long as he's noticed, then that's fine. I'm just
Turn
watching.
around and they said there's like 4 witch hunter goons and the main witch hunter who is walking over to the plinth.
Don't pick it up.
Fuck, does he throw you a look?
No, I was going to say, I presume he knows there.
Yeah, but you know, I'm clearly.
Yeah, but you're right though. You can't
Gets
assume.
there, pulls out a black cloth, throws it over it, bundles it all up, puts it into a pack. Clicks his fingers, and everyone begins to leave.
Oh no, you're welcome. Don't worry about it. For fuck's sake. I made a cunning roll so I can heal John. And this will take a certain amount of time. 4 points of damage.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
They have left.
Should we have let them do that? I mean, I know we haven't got a leader, and I know we all work as a fucking cooperative with nobody making any fucking decisions, but was that the right thing to do? That's an inherently evil artifact that somebody's just taken away.
They are witch hunters. They
the skull.
deal with.
Yes.
I know
That's
that you
the
have
skull.
this alter hatred to witch hunters, but they are supposed to be fighting the
let's
evilness.
get after them, then.
In
Let's
that
get
case,
after
why didn't they destroy it? Why have they stolen the skull? Why were they prepared to attack us to get the skull?
Are
Let's
they
leave.
beyond our questions?
Let's leave and follow. Let's
We're
leave and take-
citizens that do adventures
heading
into
up
woods, and they're witch hunters.
Who said they were going to attack us?
Vandro
They
has
were
gone
walking
running off
behind you with a
upstairs.
weapon, matey.
Was it? Where?
There was one standing reasonably close behind you with a weapon drawn. If you had put that down, I don't know what would have happened. They weren't joining in the fight, but they were squaring off against all 4 of us, and you two both had one of them standing behind you with the sword drawn.
I'm happy that.
Vandro has left. Vandro's not there.
Yeah.
We have to follow him, so we're going to follow him. I'm following him.
Yeah, but let's not do something rash.
Up into the street, up through the warehouse, where the doors are now open, and you can see they're just walking down the street, walking down the crowded streets.
I'm heading off after him.
Okay.
Oh, I think might not be such a good move. We better follow him, but
I'm just, before we go out of here, I'm having a quick look round, see if there's anything else in here. I'm not picking anything up. I'm not touching anything, but I'm in a quick look round. And also, I'm just going to take another actually, that one's gone. I'll take another temporary corruption, and I will witch sight around, a look round as well.
Okay.
I'm racing after Vandro because I might have to do a rugby tackle on him, or the
Okay.
version of that.
yeah,
They're walking around the corner. You don't quite know where that corner goes, but they are walking around the corner. And Van hooked his skirts up and he's running hell for leather.
Excuse me. I'd like a word before you leave, if I may.
They've gone around the corner. You can't see him at the moment, but you're still running.
Mhm.
Oh, you can hear someone running after you, and I've no idea where Gad is.
I'm chasing after Marbello.
Right. Your witch sight reveals nothing, Nick.
Okay.
Round the corner, there's an inn, and you can see they're passing that and they're going into a stables.
I'll follow him. It'll take
And
me a
that's-
while to get horses.
The main guy goes in, 2 of them go in, 2 stop, turn around and point crossbows.
Excuse me, I would just like a word. After all
Leave
of,
now.
we were down there. We killed that thing.
One shoot shot.
All right.
Wow.
Oh, why are we doing
It
this?
might not be owl, Parker. I'm hoping it's a lot more than owl. -3, mate, to your defense.
Oh, -3 to my quickness of 7. Oof. Unsurprisingly, that hits.
Okay, that will do.
You got armor now, then.
I do.
4 points of damage.
Oh. Ah! Rolling a D4, I was like, if I get a 4, that'd be amazing. Just ding! But no, I rolled a 1. Ah! Ow!
He puts his thing, starts to reload. The other one is still pointing. You were told to leave.
I will back away, giving them the evils.
3 horses come out with 2 extras. The 2 guys that are marking you get onto the horses, and then they just ride past.
I'll put my hand on Vandro's arm and just say, It's not our fight now.
As these 5 horses go thundering past you. Poor old Vandra is like, oh, oh. You'll finally find them a bit later, Carlo, and you'll see that Vandra's got a crossbow bolt in him, sort of sitting there against the side of a building.
Building in the basement.
Hmm.
Well, we better go see the mayor.
It's the mayor.
Let's see Vandro is sorted. Can you sort this out yourself?
Yes, I think with any luck, it's a crossbow bolt, so it shouldn't be too jagged at the end. I might be able to get it out.
Do you want me to pull it?
Wait a second. I'll get my last healing
So close.
debris out, and then I'll start putting it around. So I'm making sure I'll wait for a couple of minutes so the analgesic effects, you know, the painkillers kind of kick in first a bit, and then I'll like go on. Don't wiggle it too much. Just one quick.
I'm going to hold his face that way so he's looking away.
Yep.
And then I'm going to do it really quick.
Well, it's not the first crossbow I've been shot with. It's the most annoying, and I'll start trying to patch it up.
It won't be the last.
Do you want it as a souvenir?
Doesn't matter.
As we're walking towards the mayor's place, as we're heading in that direction, I will say to Vandro, you're the medic, you're the first aid person. How likely is it Marvello's contaminated?
Well,
You saying that in earshot?
I'm talking quietly to Vandro.
there is always potential for such things. When I was patching up his wounds, there didn't seem to be any unusual pus or anything like
Burn
that.
the wounds.
I'll keep an eye on him. I mean, I've got to make sure his wounds are tended to over the next few days.
I just wonder whether it'd be better to burn them.
Well, it can cause. It's quite a common misconception that cauterizing wounds is actually a good thing, but actually burns are very likely to be infected. So really, you shouldn't cauterize wounds, even if they are potentially have venom or some other such thing in them. But I'll definitely.
Our guy was always very big on burning wounds, particularly if they got corrupted. The guy we got advice from, medical advice from, always said burn them, burn the evil out. He's very keen on that.
That is certainly an option. Depends on the wound, depends on on various different things. I mean, if the scales are balanced, is this potential corruption worth more than the dying from an infection, an infected wound, sepsis or some such? I suppose you have to make that choice. Some people on one side, some people are on the other. Was he a trained medicus, or was he more of a?
I don't think so. No, I don't believe he would have called himself a medicus.
A skilled amateur, perhaps.
We just
He was
call him the bones.
Duncan McDoon. Didn't have any legs, and only one arm.
Well, I'll make sure I keep an eye on him, just to make sure. But yeah, make sure that we're picking up Yanni as well from the little coffee shop we left her out, and I will. Once I've kind of covered it up, I will show no. I want to worry. I'm going to try and show no pain.
He got shot by a crossbow bolt. Oh, I could soldier on. There's poor John half his arms hanging off or whatever. You know.
Yeah, but you know,
that's a matter of thing for him. But that's what he does.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's nothing novel for Vandro, though, is it?
No, I know that is true, but it shouldn't be what Vandro does.
In fact, he's still standing, which is, you know.
I thought he was going to faint just because of the sight of his own blood.
Yeah.
If I fainted at the sight of blood, we'd be in a lot of trouble, wouldn't we?
Your blood.
Your blood.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so back to the mayor's place. Funnily enough, you get straight in to see him. You've returned. You have news?
We think so. We think we've got some good news. It's mostly good news.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Well, we're pretty sure we've destroyed Gorak and Alahara. So we're pretty sure you're not going to have any more flayings.
There's a warehouse on the corner of such and such streets. Maybe send some guards there just to keep an eye out, and the basement will need to be cleansed in some way.
Yeah,
There
seems
remains of a thing. Well, there's not remains of that thing, but there's remains of the changeling, I think.
and there's been evil down there, so it'd be best to be purified in some way.
Come to think of it, it's kind of odd that a normal looking warehouse would have, like, it didn't look like it belonged as part of that basement, almost like it was.
So did they build this warehouse on top of the old cellar, or
You'll be lucky if
How
you
long is this?
anywhere in Ambria that isn't built on something.
the
Hmm.
witch hunter took the skull?
What witch hunter?
Describe them as best we can.
That could be any black cloak.
Yeah.
Well, they left town. Well, I assume they left town. They got on horses and rode away.
Well, hopefully they've taken it to the Twilight Monastery.
Hmm.
That's where they take all those artifacts.
Would have been nice if we could have handed it over to the Ordo Magica, and they may be able to have destroyed it or something like that. But
I think it's best if things that are tainted go to where they're dealt with best, which is the Black Cloaks.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Fair point.
I can write you a full report. I have various pieces of evidence and stuff. If you have a particular advisor who deals with legal matters and such, just to show that we've done our due diligence, as it were, my lord.
Well, if you write up your report, we'll take a copy of it, and no doubt you'll want to get a copy to your friends at the tower.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully, this means the end of the Flayer.
Let's hope so. We could do with some peace and quiet for a while. Well, thank you. No doubt our paths will be crossing again while you're in Thistlehold.
Well, I hope you can, I hope you now consider us, if not trusted, then at least useful members of your fair city.
We will see. We will
Should we
see.
need for anything else, you will know where to find us.
I will.
Okay, well, we'll go then.
I hope you don't think this inappropriate, but given our combat situations where we had to kill the abomination, my friend was wounded, and I used up a good deal of my healing salves on him. I was wondering if there was a chance of
Careful what you're about to say, mage. Be careful. That's all.
We can do that beforehand.
I'm all right. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you, my lord.
And he is sort of, as you leave, like,
Next time, before we do the job, negotiate.
He did say.
never said he was going to pay you.
He did say good things would happen to us once we dealt with this.
Yeah, but that probably thinks that means we'll all go and buy ourselves a beer, and
Oh, good karma! Yeah, I can eat good, delicious, tasty, good karma, can't I? Oh no,
Maybe we've just got rid of our newbie status here in the town. Now we're known. Now maybe.
Well,
We've got yourself another 10 experience
for the
points.
watch commander. So
We are men of reputation.
10 EP, gentlemen.
Nice.
Wow.
May I ask?
No.
Because that's the third experience points we've been awarded. All right. So cast your minds back. How much did we get when we built our first experience points?
You can't fucking remember.
And I've got some numbers written down here, and I just want to make sure I don't want to be accurate. That's all. I don't want to be too. I don't want to err on the side of over.
Probably should have had a total of 40 or close to 40. It might have been 39.
No. I had
Like,
29.
We had 15 or something, didn't we?
No, I
first?
mean in total.
15,
Without
15 or 17 from one, 14 from the last one.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
I think it was 15 from the first and 14 from the last.
I never spent any until this time round, and we had 29. I had 29, and I've
That's
spent
it. That's what we just
20
said.
of them.
Yeah,
yeah.
got it. So I've got 9 written there. So that works out exactly what I've got written on my sheet. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just wanted to make sure I was right. Okey-doke.
That corruption will go. We also ought to make sure that the commander of the watch knows. It wouldn't actually hurt us to go and tell him as well. I mean, the mayor will probably tell him, but if we tell him, it doesn't hurt our case, and also we can show that we've actually done something good, which might mean the commander of the guard will have a bit more, credit towards us. He's not going to give us any money. I shouldn't think the mayor hasn't, but at least he might, give us a get out of jail or something like that. Literally, in his case.
I can't speak for you, gentlemen, but my personal coffers are looking quite bare. I'm concerned that we won't be able to afford our next week in the house.
I reckon we're sleeping in the street.
Not that we're, saving innocent lives or anything. Not that I want to sound of course, we are arguably heroic, and we have saved potential future innocents from being murdered by this foul beast. But
should have negotiated with him beforehand.
can't
He's
live on
obviously
nothing.
a mean bastard, and we should have negotiated with him before. That's our fault.
So we've got a
Yanni,
benefactor.
you're on your robe, Mr. Vandro. Mr. Vandro,
Oh yes, Yanni. What seems to be the?
hungry.
Oh well, indeed. Let's go and get a bite to eat. I'm sure there was a particularly nice place just.
Particularly cheap.
Meat pie. Don't ask what kind of meat it is.
Pie.
Tasty meat.
So let's just. We've got a place to stay if we decide to carry on paying for it. We've got a benefactor now who will sponsor us if we go for a trip out.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad. I
We've
still say
established us.
let's go talk to the commander of the guard there. Just tell him it's done, because he should know that. And also, as I said, that's a big credit for us.
Okay, you walk up to the barracks as usual. The gates are open, and the guards just sort of give you a quick nod. You know where you're going. You know where his office is. Banging on the door. Come in.
We just wanted to tell you that we're fairly confident that we've sorted your Flayer thing out. We shouldn't get any more of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to fill me in on the details?
Well, it's as everybody seems to have thought. It's Gerak and Alahara. Alahara was changeling. They were taking. Whatever that was. I think, was taking glands and trying to do a spell to reverse the effects of corruption. Which fucking went back well, it wasn't working. Let's face it. Gerak was so corrupted he was coming out the wall on the other side, and they were both pretty unpleasant human beings, creatures, and we disposed of them in a warehouse. They're absolutely definitely dead. I don't see there's any way back for either of them. They're slop or dust. So all good.
Do you know what the warehouse was called? Where it was?
Yeah, we'll give me a description of the warehouse. We did see the mayor. We've spoken to the mayor. The Black Cloaks took away the skull, which is probably for the best. The mayor is thankful that we did it, but not so thankful he's actually going to pay us for it. But then there you go. We should negotiate beforehand. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have done us a service, and he sort of starts running around in some drawers. Yeah, and he throws a small pouch over towards you.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
It's only 10 talia, but it's better than nothing.
It is better than nothing.
Is it ever, Trevor?
It's Trevor.
Well, if we can do you any favors, I'm sure you can find us.
Are you staying at the?
We're still, we
are now. We've got some money.
There, yeah, you know where that house is. We'll be in the gutter outside there.
You don't want to be sleeping in the gutters in Thistlehold, my friends.
Wow.
If things ever do get that bad, come and find me.
Yeah. No, we'll be there. We should be okay.
Yeah.
Very well. I'll send some men to the warehouse. I think you should go rest.
Yeah, it's be careful. It wants some sort of ritual or something done there. It's there's been bad things done there and bad magic and bad bodily fluids and nasty.
Right.
I'll go see who I can get from the Sun Temple to come down.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Right, well, thank you. That's good. We've got some money. Right, how much was the how much was it for a week in our palatial residence? Just one tailor.
Well, okay, mate. That's good.
Good. I'm assuming, as per usual, Parker, you're kitty monkey.
I can be if you want me to be.
You're always kitty monkey. Come on.
You don't want to give the money to bloody Gad. He can't remember how many experience points he gets.
Yeah, and between combat rounds, he forgets what his to hit number is. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, how can you manage that? I mean, fuck's sake.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I've got a fancy new hat. Worth approximately 10 tailor. How
Fancy that? It's now got a fucking arrow sighted 2 inches below the brim of it.
Right, so I'll take off 1 for that. Oh, no, take off 1, not add 9. Well, I shall get writing.
Money on prostitutes.
No, I shall stick close to Vandro while we go and get some food and drink, given he's just been paid and has got the money. So, yeah, we're not all going, I'm going to go off in that direction. See you later, lads. No.
No, you're not going anywhere near that clothes shop. Come away.
We're going to get some food, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to get some food.
Where are you going to get food? The brew?
Somewhere slightly less cheap than we were going before.
Depends what you fancy.
Doesn't the brew do weird food?
Oh, didn't it do that tack plate or whatever, hack plate or whatever it was called? Just like meat, cheese,
Yeah.
kind of bog standard food.
Right, yeah, 3 shillings, cheese and meats.
So we still have the elven ring, iron ring,
Yeah.
and we still have to do our own research to find something of interest to go out into the forest.
Yeah.
And you still need to get a license as well.
Still need a license.
Here, have this 10 tailor. Woohoo! We're
Really, you need about 1,000, but I can give you 10 to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a sponsor or something. We or something. I can't remember.
Yes, we do need to get a sponsor.
What we going to have
I
a
thought,
deal
we
with?
had, I thought we had a deal with a sponsor.
Did we turn it down?
No, we didn't turn it down. We just needed to bring something to him to say, yes, that's what you're going to do, aren't you?
Yeah, he was vaguely interested, but we needed to give him some positive. I felt.
It wasn't a very good deal, though, was it?
No, it wasn't. That was the thing. He wanted basically pretty much everything, didn't he?
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Lothar.
You want everything. You want a 60% cut of the first haul, plus the money he's put into it.
Yeah.
Well, then there was Mother Mahira, who was part of the adventure agency. And then
She's
we
the
put our,
talent
name
agent, yeah.
put our name on the books, and then she'll give us the call if she needs us.
Yeah, but Lothar was the name of the merchant who was going to pay for the expedition, albeit with monstrous caveats.
Well,
We need to check if that's standard or whether it's his special for us for newbies.
Well, I guess it's worse for us, isn't it? Because, we're not in a particularly, we can't say, well, fuck you, 40%, go fuck yourself, we'll go somewhere else, because, so, I mean, I guess it is bad, but the question is how bad it is. But then given that none of us are particularly good negotiators, because we all used Resolute as a dumpster.
Resolute? No, Resolute. I'm good.
Oh, no, sorry, Persuasive.
One thing that we do have that others don't is we do have a wizard. And I mean that quite seriously. Who can have access?
A penny.
You didn't have to say that you, by saying that, no, I mean it seriously. That kind of negates the seriousness that you gave.
Well, it means you're open to the library for free, aren't you? You get to go and find things out.
Potentially, yes. I have to spend some time.
So what are you doing here?
He's
Eating?
paying for our food and drink.
You pay for our foods. We'll sit here and you come back.
Ha 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 ha.
Assuming we can get food to go, it's easy enough.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to make a considerable report to the Ordo Magica and to the mayor.
Could you perhaps do more of a report to the Ordo Magica than the mayor? Because given that we found out the mayor's actually not going to fucking pay us, you could write on a bit of paper, "You skin and fin bastard, we fixed it." There you go.
No, is that really the wisest thing to do to the mayor who actually owns the entire fucking town?
Just a suggestion. I'm open to other suggestions. It's not
won't do that
necessarily the
exactly,
right
but yes, I
suggestion.
shall. My report to the Ordo will be significantly more detailed, and they'll get the letter that we had that was written to us. Although that was written to us, wasn't it? So really, and that's also thinking about it. Now we're sitting around discussing over food and whatnot. So Master Vernon sent us this letter that has explained his connection to us and that our fates are intertwined and whatnot. I mean, we were part of his dream visions or something. I mean, that's odd in and of itself.
Yep.
And there's no one. I mean, Elizabeth is still going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one now. Obviously, Master Vernon being as well respected as he is, I don't know how things are going to go there. Obviously, he's got no, they've got no income from teaching. I don't know if that. Perhaps we could make ourselves useful to Elizabeth and what else is going on there. Perhaps
You want to move in?
You want to be the new tutor?
No.
Yes.
No. I'm just.
Well, I mean, you could be.
I'm just an adept. I'm not a master.
Yeah, but to be honest, if you called yourself Master Vandro and you bought, for instance, more expensive robes with Master Vandro embroidered on them somewhere,
yes,
could you then become a tutor?
But that would be a lie.
Well, not if you were.
How far do you think I would get if I decided to make that my plan? If I was as an adept of wizardry, someone who does know certain knowledge that other common people don't have. If I was to put my place in Master Vernon, who is one of the most respected educators in the area, especially with my connection to the Ordo Magica themselves, do you think I'd go last any more than, I don't know, a day, perhaps two?
No idea. Are they anti people pretending to be masters then?
They tend to be, yes.
Oh, okay, maybe not then, eh? Yeah, but Master Vernon wasn't a Ordo Magica, was he? Or was he?
Yes, he was. He was an Ordo Magica, but he operated partially outside of the. Because the Ordo Magica is obviously.
Sorry, I didn't realise that. So he was a wizard.
In the same way that I'm a wizard and I'm with you, as opposed to in the Ordo Magica.
Okay.
Reading books and being involved.
That's not bloody good then, was he? Well, I'd like to think if you got, I mean, you're only an adept and you could put up a reasonable shout against somebody trying to flay you.
One would hope.
I assumed he wasn't a wizard. Sorry, I didn't realise that. I thought he was just a tutor. Oh, okay, fair enough. No, I get what you're saying now.
Do you think Elizabeth needs our help? Or do you think she'll go back to the...
Well, I think it's fair that we could ask her. Give her the option rather than us imposing ourselves one way or the other, ignoring her or, saying that we're going to go there. I just think it might be nice for us to speak with her, see what she needs. I mean, her father figure effectively has been viciously murdered.
She wasn't actually all that attractive or stunning or vivacious or anything, was she, Straw? I'm not thinking back and thinking, oh, she was a hot chick. I'd like to see her again. Yeah, not interested. Do what you like. Sorry.
I don't want to find her begging in the street in a couple of weeks' time because she's got nothing. That's the only thing I'm.
I want to be begging in the streets of Thistlehold. That's for sure.
She was a human being and deserves respect as such.
Yeah, sure. Of course, everybody deserves respect. But what she possibly doesn't need is us to keep hassling her. She's got a house. She needs a new employer. Perhaps the Ordo Magica will send along a new one, a new mage to be the new tutor. But either way...
They might, but it would be nice of us if we went down there and said...
You're bored, aren't you? Go and do some fucking research. Go on, you. Get researching. If anybody, Marvello can go and have a chat with her and make sure she can make ends meet and all that.
Fine, I don't mind who does it. I'm just saying...
You're way too busy.
I think that you need to visit her just to say if she needs anything, she's always got
Exactly.
That's the call.
Non-financial, obviously. Put some sort of caveat in there, you know, because
yeah.
if you need any help at all that's not going to cost money,
He's got one of the best kitchens I've seen for food, so I'm very happy to motivate myself
to go and see her
support
again. Right, fine. You go around and invite yourself for dinner. Go on. And while you're there, just say,
Right, just do
obviously,
that.
can you put some more food on my plate? If
Yeah.
you need any help. Seconds, please.
We'll go tomorrow. All right.
I'll write reports tonight, and then we can go tomorrow. And then I can spend some time at the Auto Magica. It'll probably be a few days, possibly longer, depending on how long we have, you know, quote unquote downtime, as it were. And I can do some research. I mean, this will take time. It's a vast library full of probably contradictory works.
All right, let's get through the guff, shall we?
Yeah, because there's a lot of tedious stuff
Elizabeth,
going on.
What's happening there is they're going to bring in a couple of new tutors who take over the role, take over the jobs that Master Vernon was doing. So that's not a problem. Elizabeth thanks you and says, yeah, if I ever need anything, I'll
Get out of my fucking kitchen.
I'll get him out. He's eating us out of house and home. Poor students living on dry bread next week.
Sure you don't want me to visit you just to make sure you're okay again.
Vandro, you get both the reports written out.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you're not putting in specifically, or
Nothing I'm leaving out or making sure that I'm putting in, but I'm definitely putting significantly more effort in detailing everything I can to the Auto Magica, whereas the one to the mayor will just be we did this, we got here, this is who we saw. Whereas I will do, especially about like the glands and the explanation of any kind of scientific or medical details that the Auto might find relevant, you know.
okay. So while Vandro is off doing all the legwork because none of you are actually capable, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, I'm not feeling sorry for him, that's for sure.
Can I just ask a question as well? While I'm spending the next few days or however long in the library and learning it and figuring things out, might I be able to spend 10 experience to get the first level of Law Master?
You may indeed.
Thank you. I shall do that.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to do a little bit of training with Yanni. A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit.
You won't. She's not there.
Yeah,
with
she's
him.
going to
Oh,
be
shit.
with Bandro.
It's not a proper wizard without staff fighting.
It's the traditional tug of war between the little girl again. I don't know.
Just go and get your own little girl.
Yeah, you had a chance for one earlier.
Stop
When you
with it.
turned it down.
There's
I
loads of them in the street.
just know what he's like in combat, and I just think a wizard should know how to use a staff. That's all. He carries this thing about, and he never uses it. He never uses it.
I don't know where you got this whole idea of wizard staffs from. Like,
Everybody knows that.
I think in the storybooks, perhaps.
You're researching. Shut up. What the rest are you doing?
I'm kind of doing some research. I'm going to go and try and just talk to certain people in pubs and bars and stuff, because I'm going to try and find out a little bit about my pendant and whether anybody's seen my family's battle standard anywhere. If there's if any of them have had to face dead, and any of them you've seen a banner that's similar to this.
All right.
That's what I'm doing.
I'll come back to you.
Not for the next 4 or 5 days, but for a period of time.
Okay. Nick?
I haven't yet worked out anything I'm going to spend experience points on. So I am going to basically just keep myself fit, practice repairing arrows, but making arrows if I can, I'll do that. Just using my skills basically. And also I'll start trying to find my way around the town a bit so I know the places to go and the places not to go.
Okay. That's handy. Well, you've got access to the rule book, haven't you?
Yep.
So what you can do is, if you look at the map of Thistlehold and everything, you'll begin to get more of an idea of the places as well. So you can actually read some of the bits and pieces on it.
Okay.
Steve, what are you doing, mate?
Just hanging around the house. Keep training, keep fit.
His feet up, just fucking in his hammock.
If you had a
Drinking.
TV,
I don't want to get you training. I've got no money to go and buy anything. So until we go adventuring, just waiting.
sitting in the house.
Yeah.
So there's some role play for you, Steve.
Getting some good old fashioned day drinking done.
Okay, so Parky,
Yes.
what exactly are you? Is there anything particular you're going to be researching, or is it just general? Or tell me, talk to me.
I mean, it is going to be. I'm going to have to take a day or two just to learn my way around the library, and this will all be part of spending points on Lawmaster and stuff like that. But really, I'm looking for. I mean, I'm going to have to start looking for things that we can find in the forest of Dracovar. You know, links to. Yeah.
Monsters that have been encountered, ruins that were encountered. Why did this ruin move? More encounters, blah, blah, blah. Fauna, flora, fauna, Carvosti, all of the, it's overwhelming. The amount of stuff. You know, the first day when Vandro comes back, it's late at night, you're all sort of just crashing into bed, and he comes and he's like,
head full of
Yanni's back. She's happy because she's been reading all the stuff on monsters. She hasn't been bothered with bells and stuff.
I will bring back like takeaway food each night that's different from different traders or food vans. If I find something new and I think it's worth my standard, I might bring it back for the boys as well.
Although
try this.
It will probably, try this. I've only licked it once. Yeah.
These buns are really good.
I like big buns.
And you cannot lie. Oh, wow. Right, who was the... that's it. So, a week's gone by. You're still doing your research, Parky. There are just so many things. Anything that you've read on Dracovar Forest, mate, feel free to use. Anything about the monsters, feel free to use. You know, you can add any of that in. It's all good. It's all just stuff you've been researching. John, you hear about undead. You get, well, yeah, there was that group of undead that were trawling around the Titans. But other than that, nobody's seen anything. But then one night late, when you're in some real horrible dive, it's so bad you can't even remember the name of it because you've had a few drinks as well. And you found yourself sitting there talking to some old man. And he's been sort of giving you this look all night. And eventually he sort of walks past you and he goes, "Seen that symbol before?"
Over the hills? Or
over the hills, far to the south, back in the Deadlands, in the Old Kingdom.
Have you seen it here, though?
Here, this will hold. No. I was the last of them.
You was the last of them.
Yep.
You was the last of them.
Yep.
I'm the last of them.
No, I am.
Yeah, it's gonna be a scrap.
Why do you think you're the last of them?
2 men enter, 1 man leave.
I am the last of them. Come, we'll drink and talk. I'll tell you a tale. When you wake up, John, you're face down in a puddle of your own vomit on a table with so many drinks scattered around you, you literally have no idea what the hell you're doing here. You don't remember the night. You don't remember anything. Apart from you can just this image of some old geezer, but you don't remember anything more than that.
Have I still got my pendant?
Yeah. Just feels a little different. Just feels heavier. That's for
I
you.
think I'm going to go and get.
Sorry, carry on.
I think I'm going to go and get checked out by. I will find Vandro, even if I have to track him down to the tower and ask him if I'm all right. I need him to see me. Oh, actually, no. The archer can do that. He needs to use his eyes on me.
Oh, any excuse, yes, I will definitely check. Just a minute. You just stand there against that wall about 20 yards away. Right, here we go. Let me just check. Right, I'm looking at
Wait,
you
no,
now.
what are you doing?
I'm just checking.
Use your far sight.
Look when I'm looking down an arrow.
What?
I'm not. I've ignored him. I'm going to go for the dog. I'm going
Oh,
to.
you're fine. You're all right.
Yeah.
I can't see anything in you, so your wounds must have been clean, so that's good.
This adventurer's lark is fairly easy when you're just doing this all day, isn't it, Steve? You're like, I've just pulled a muscle in me back by moving. Oh, it's
Exactly.
awesome.
I will share the mess of last night to Nick's character, because he kind of was connected to some way of the family in some way. So, am I going insane? I'm sure I met somebody last night, but they didn't met me last night. I can't remember anything, but I saw an old man who knew me.
But you got really, really drunk, so you can't basically. Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been that drunk that often,
before.
but I understand if you get really drunk, sometimes you can't remember what you did or
Yeah,
what
but
was
this
said
is
to
different. This feels different.
you. Okay, well, go back to the place you were drinking in. Find out whether I'll come back with you. We'll go back there tonight. We'll see whether anyone remembers this old man and anybody saw what happened.
There's a
We'll never
banging
find
on the door.
Oh, someone at the door.
It's
This
your
is while
pieces.
you're there, Parker, as well. Oh, yeah, I thought for a minute Gab was going to suddenly jump up and answer the
Oh, there's someone at the door.
Can I say, has there been a
Alright.
domestic argument where with Gad, you're here all day and you've done nothing? You haven't tidied up, you haven't fire down. There's
Pizza
a kind of,
boxes.
it's got to that stage, hasn't it, with Gad? Gad, just move your ass at least.
House meeting.
Firewood by the fire.
Lazy
Take away.
bastard.
There's old takeouts, cartons all the way around him. He's like,
Am I going to have to write my name on my milk?
Yeah.
Hello?
Go to the door.
Hello?
hello,
What do you
Goblin.
want?
Sort of,
Oh, it's a fucking goblin again.
all teeth.
Same goblin?
No,
No.
same to you.
Yeah.
Message.
Hang about. Kitty person, we've got a message.
Have a small coin.
You're wanted at the tower.
Any tower in particular?
Neighbour's tower.
So it sort of looks at you like, there's only one tower in the town. What's wrong with you? That one.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you very much. Pat him on the head.
Presumably that's sort of nowish, I suppose. Well, good news, Gab. You can see if your legs still work.
Yeah, we're getting out.
I just got in as well.
Just got back from there.
You've been
Thought they
sitting
would
most of the
told
time
you.
at desks, haven't you?
It's like when you go to sleep and you can see words and pictures and it's like, oh God, was that book or was that book? Oh no.
Enough.
I haven't studied like this since my apprentice days.
Right,
Head down there.
back to
Or up
the
there.
tower. Bang on the door. The little slit opens. Closes it. Door opens and it's the goblin at the door. You're wanted upstairs in the assembly room.
Thank you very much. I
And
assume
he sort of half bows to Parker and sort of a little nod to the rest of you, and then he sees Gad and he's like,
yeah, he knows he's not putting your weight back at home, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's probably heard rumours about a lack of housework going on.
That's most of you through and almost shuts the door on Gad and goes, oh, sorry,
nice, isn't it?
see you there.
Well,
Who would have thought that gatekeepers would be so concerned about people who don't do their housework, Shares? Oh, well.
no.
No, innit?
All right.
Are you aware of the term passive aggressive? This is a wizard's term.
Okay, that would be why. Nope, never heard of it.
Mm.
Up in the assembly room, Cornelio, the master, is standing, pacing to and fro.
I believe you called it, Master.
Yes, the message got to you all right then.
Indeed. How may we do the service?
We have a small problem. And I was wondering if you and your companions, Vandro, are ready for the task. I hear you did good things with the Flayer case. Perhaps it's time you spread your wings and went further afield. When I say field, I mean to the woods.
happy to do whatever is in aid of the Auto Magica, Master.
We've lost contact with an expedition we had there.
Oh, it's gonna be a bug hunt.
It's going to be a what?
Bug hunt, you know. Nasty
Oh, I
thing.
don't know what you're talking about, you stupid. Desist from speaking.
Yeah, his mouth works before his brain does.
What?
You were saying, Master?
We've lost contact with an expedition there. It's been about 14 days now. We've had no communication through the magic circles.
Isn't it fairly, you know, it's a dangerous forest. A lot of people go in, not very many people come out. Don't we often lose expeditions?
We don't normally lose expeditions.
Okay.
So you want us to go and rescue them, or do you want us to continue what they were supposed to be doing?
Find out what's happened to them, obviously. I will give you a chit, which will allow you to get what supplies you need. How you get there, however, is up to you. But I will warn you, if you go a straight route from here to the area where the expedition is, it's at least 10 days hike through the through the woods. 10 days, 5 days roughly through the lighter wood, and then 5 days through the dark.
Of course, I will happily examine maps and such like. I'm sure
I have a map I can give you, and I will give you a day to think on it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do, are we? Same job we've got.
I think he means he's eager to
Die. You don't just walk into the Dracovar forest.
No, but we are going to take the job, though, is what I meant.
If that you all agree. But
Well,
think on it for a day.
Gadaho is our leader, so
Chits, which will then allow you to get
Like
what you need.
Thank you,
That
Master.
is spoken, and that's what we're going to do.
Yep.
I will get a map given to you before you leave the tower, and I will get the chit written up and sent to you tomorrow.
And I will happily spend the rest of the evening here, if I may, Master. And if I could peruse the any research that I had done prior to leaving, anything that may be relevant in our assistance, if that's possible.
Unfortunately, we haven't had much information come back from them. We had only a couple of messages that came through the circle, namely that they'd arrived at the area and they were beginning their excavations.
How many went?
It was a full expedition team of about 15 people.
I feel it behooves me to mention that although I'm rituals are not my area of expertise, magic circle communication is not something I am yet capable of. So
We've heard nothing. So either dead or the circle has been destroyed. Either way, we need to know what has happened.
Do you not? I'm not telling you, you know, of everything, but isn't it possible to send people through magic circles?
Yes, if the circles are working.
Okay.
If the circle at the other end has been destroyed.
But if we get there and the circle is working, it would be possible to transport people through the circle.
We can't. The circle obviously isn't working.
Okay. Well, is it possible? Can it be repaired?
it could be by someone who can do such things.
Yes.
Okay.
But that would be a master ritualist. This is not an easy task.
No.
Okay. Right.
I will let you go now, and I will prepare the chit. And if there's anything else you need to know, then come back tomorrow morning, and I'll have the chit ready for you, plus anything else that you might need to know.
Thank you, Master. I appreciate the trust you have put in us.
I will just quickly show you the map, which he hands you. That's not that one anymore, that's for sure.
Yeah, we can do that one.
You've done that one, yeah. Gosh,
Yeah, we're confident we can find our way around that map. Yeah. Hang about. Things are looking a bit more complicated.
Okay, so oh, grab it, you bastard.
grab it.
So, roughly speaking, as I said, this is the map it gives you, so you will look at it when you're back home. This will hold is here. This is where you're headed.
Ruin Flayer.
400 kilometers away.
Yeah, I can see how it's going to take us 10 days to get there.
Yep,
Through forest. Wow.
10
Well,
days.
we're yomping some, aren't we?
How about going up the river? People go up that river, maybe.
Yeah, but then we got like 200 kilometers to the river and 200 kilometers back again.
Yeah, you're right.
Thing is, it is possible to get there by river, and if you do ask about, you can, if you can get to Kurum, you can get a boat that will take you that way, because what you've heard is where the mages have made the first camp is on a little part of a bend on the river.
Oh, okay.
I think that'd be safer than going through the forest, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Don't we want to be what route did they do? Because that's the route we need to follow.
Normally, what they have done is they got boats from Kurum and sailed up.
Okay, fair enough.
Having to fucking trape, said 5 days. So about there, this is the light part of the forest, which is okay-ish. But then you go beyond that, you're then into the proper nasty stuff.
It's still fucking moving, some, isn't it?
I think we'd make it, would we?
Yeah.
We're on our own at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, you're on your own. You're discussing this at your place.
So they said expenses, yes? Will they pay for our license?
They have to do, because otherwise we can't go in there, can we? So they've got to pay for our license, and and if we want to go by boat, they have to pay. They've got to pay for that, Marvello, because if they don't pay for that, we're not going in there, are we? And then sorry and all that. Bye.
I don't know what they've got to pay for. I suppose we'll find out tomorrow when we go back.
They have to pay for our license, because otherwise we can't go.
You definitely need a license, because are we adventuring on a specific mission?
We're on a specific mission.
Even if you're on a specific mission, you still need a license.
Yeah, we need a different license, but they'll have to pay for that.
Because all of this around here, all of this area. Oh, hello. Hey. Anyway, all this bottom area where it says this thing isn't working. Come on, there you are. Got all of this area is still barbarian tribes. So it's great if you can get on with the barbarians, but this tribe here are particularly shitty. And the route you would want to take would be straight through their lands.
Yeah.
Boat it is. They travel by boat. It makes sense that we follow their footsteps as close as we can.
Yeah, sure. Boat does seem to be the favourite.
Yeah, boat's a great idea.
But also the return by boat, and also access that we may have, maybe hopefully 15 extra people, but maybe less.
Well, I guess when we have to, with the boat captain, we'll have to work out some sort of way that we can get a boat back from there if need be. Otherwise, we make sure that we've got enough rations that we can slog out.
Yeah, we could follow the river back out, couldn't we, on foot?
Yeah.
We'd have to don't go south through the tribes.
It looks from the map that there is a place. Is that Carvosti? That's a place, right?
Yeah, that's the barbarian place. It's the big closest they get to a town, but there's also a sun temple there, apparently. What book do I need?
So we should be able to get a boat out from there anyway, because the barbarians will move. I mean, they won't have a town, near the river without boats anyway, would they? So.
No, but Kurum down there,
Yeah.
that is not a barbarian town. This is a good person's town.
No, I know, but I was saying if we hike out and we're a bit stuck, we could always go to that Karumi and then get a boat from there.
Yeah, we'll go back to there if we had to, wouldn't we? Follow the river, easy to navigate.
Yeah.
Oh, where is the blasted thing? Not there, not there.
I wonder.
There. I think it's in there. La la la. No, it's not here either, is it? Ah, yes, it is. Well, so if you do go to Karoom, or wherever it bloody is, the inn you want to go to is an inn called the Waterhole Tavern. Once there, you should be able to find a shipmaster who will take you the route.
Right.
So it gives you a chip. This, if you take to any of the supply stores in Thistlehold, they will grant you what you need.
Good to know.
Will it also grant us a river trip?
No, I will give you 100 Talia for that. The rest of it is up to you.
This sounds like, yeah, we're going to have to work some things out.
Do you have any idea when you'll be leaving?
As soon as we can acquire a license.
Yeah.
I have a runner dealing with that right at this moment.
I imagine it will take us a day or two to organise our things that we need to take with us, make sure that we're all prepared, and then we'll be off as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah.
Very well. Then I will wait and hopefully hear some news from you soon.
Thank you, Master Cornelia.
Thank you.
Let's hope that we gain contact.
Do a little bit of research, Straw, in that through wandering around knowing taverns and that, I'm going to go and see what the word is on river trips. Is there anything particularly you need to look out for? You know, that sort of thing. I'll buy the odd beer for the very odd beer for somebody who can.
River trips? Well, it depends where you're taking a river trip to, young man.
Well, we're going from Cora and then we're going up the river and then we're hacking up the Malgamore.
Oh, you're going up. Well, I suppose boat is safer. There's less monsters in the water than there are on the land, I guess.
There still are monsters in the water? Good.
Yep. You shouldn't be hassled too much by the barbarian tribes, though, so that should be good for you.
Is there anything specific you should do to sort of, you know, stay on the right side of the barbarians, apart from obviously, you know, don't burn down their houses and stuff like that?
Well, it depends. Most of them tolerate us Ambrians. Try to get on with us, but then there are still some of the tribes who would rather have nothing better to do than to hack our heads off and display them on stakes.
Antisocial.
It depends how you approach them.
Yeah, so basically I'm just trying to see what basic gen I can get that may be useful. Okay.
Apparently, you know, they do a lot of river travel because it is safer.
Yeah.
But it obviously takes longer sometimes because you have to go around,
sure.
the speed of the river and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got, say, a couple of days to organise ourselves. We're going to have to work out who's doing what, because I am, as much as I would love to wander from place to place, getting hold of various food stuffs and wagons and things like that, I'm going to need to spend most of my time doing actual research in the Ordo Magica library about this ruin, whatever it was called, this area of the map. Find out what I can about the beasts that are there, find out what the original expedition went out to find, see if there's any clues in that, and that kind of stuff. So really that's going to have to be I think that's going to be me for a couple of days. It's going to be here.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we can, do the equivalent of wandering around millets and provisioning.
Yeah, but
We can. I understand about equipping people from archers, so I will get enough food. I'll do the basics. I'll make sure the food and that sort of thing is
Yeah,
done.
you can do the food because we
And
know we're
do-
not going to go hungry if you're sorting the food.
and a little bit more for
well, what you're going to
return
need to do,
journey.
literally, is to make a list of what you want to take. One person do a list, because obviously things might happen. Not saying they will. And also, if you're getting food and provisions, how much are you getting? How long are you getting them for?
Well, the big thing is we don't really want to take a pack horse with us, so we're taking what
You sort of start. You're in all right. You're in millets, as it were. Going well, pack horse, and where are you going? Into the forest? No.
Yeah, that's what.
No one takes horses into the forest.
Hang on, we got to get to that town first. How do we get to the town?
We'll
get the boat.
You might have to walk that or ride it, or
can we get a coach, like a stagecoach or equivalent?
Caravan train.
There is an auto magic tower though.
Oh,
Go. Whoop, whoop.
Nice.
Right. So that's that. If they would let us do that, that's that one sorted then.
yeah. Well, they should do because I mean, speed is fairly important to them. And
We're doing it on behalf of them. No, you can't use that thing. You have to walk. Off you fuck.
Yeah.
We're not using our magical circle. Away with you.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, just provisions then, John.
Basic
I bet
food
that-
and stuff. Anything else? Though? Are we buying any extra? Do you need
Yeah,
other
you
equipment?
want 8 armor-piercing arrows, another 20 normal arrows. See what they got in the way of exciting arrows. I mean, if they got those ones that explode into flame and kill everybody within 20 yards, get me a dozen of them as well.
Yeah, I don't know how much they want, what we're allowed to spend money on, really.
I understood that we could buy whatever we liked.
I'm not sure about
We're
that.
going to want
What do
some.
you need? You
You're
have
gonna
a
want
piece of paper out. I mean, you all go there shop. You don't just send one person shopping.
Yeah.
You're all there. Right, we've got this. Can we have this? No. Yes. When you start saying, well, we'd like some full plate armor. Not with this chit, you're not.
Yeah.
This
A
is
solid
basic
gold
supplies.
sword that we might sell later on for no reason at all.
Basic supplies.
That's what I
Definitely
thought. I
want
thought it'd be
some
basic.
purple cures if we can get hold of them.
What about those horrible biscuits that last forever? Should we get some of
White
them as
bread.
well?
Yeah, dry rations and that rubbish.
Well,
Yeah,
you
wait,
want that because it's lighter food, isn't it?
Little sleeping bag or something. Yeah.
Well, we've got.
Whey bread, one loaf of it corresponds to a week's food supply for one person.
Yeah, so that is the sort of thing you want because that's light. I mean, it's not a lot
yeah,
of
that's
wheat,
good.
It's light.
And that's the tailor, I think. Herbal cures we would like as well.
Herbal cures. Yes.
Pages whey bread probably.
That whey bread is particularly good, isn't it?
It's, what, 10 to 15 days there, 10 to 15 days back?
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
30 days.
And that's if you don't get mauled on the way, you don't succumb to any diseases or anything.
That's 4. Wow. 4
I would
times
like to have
4.
a conversation just with the four of us whilst we've got a little bit of time to ourselves and what else is going on over the next day.
Oh, is Yanni staying here?
This was going to be literally what I was just about to ask. On the one hand, it would be an excellent learning experience for her, but it is also mortal peril. So I'm quite tempted to leave her under the charge of the Ordo Magica, as she is an official apprentice now. And she has been learning in the library. So I think it would, if I can I organise that? Can I get someone to basically just keep half an eye on her and make sure she doesn't get up to too much? I know my apprentice.
But they also turn around and say, she's your apprentice.
As my apprentice, then, may I?
Why are you palming her off on us? She's your apprentice.
Of course.
You've taken the oath and the vow.
Then in that case, I would ask one thing. When I was first apprenticed to Master Beric, this was back in the Darklands before we came, so we didn't have access to a lot of the things that a normal apprentice would have.
Master Beric was a charlatan.
Oh,
Or is that Bun Cafe. I'm going to go right.
So hang on. He was a
Arguably, some people would probably say that about him. He did have a certain way about his persona, but we didn't have access to things. I had to recently buy these auto robes for myself. Traditionally, an apprentice would be provided that by the Auto Magica. Would that be a thing that we could arrange for her, as she will be going into potential danger?
I will see to it personally.
Thank you. That's appreciated.
Charlatan, eh? Charlatan. That would be nice, was it?
Oh, dear.
So you might not be a wizard. Marvello may not be the last pipe man. I am a knight, though, aren't I?
I am definitely still a hunter. I'm still a hunter.
And I'm a knight.
Well,
Right,
if a
excellent.
knight sits around and lords it and does gets everybody else to do their thing, yes, you are definitely a knight.
He's more of a
Okay, well,
lord than a knight, isn't he? More of a lord.
If I'm not a wizard, then of course, you know, if I don't have these skills and you are concerned, then I'm sure that I can arrange for myself to not get involved in your personal business with my quote unquote wizardry.
Can you replace yourself with somebody else then?
Yeah, is that a vacancy?
Yeah, because we still will need a wizard. I mean, I imagine the interview process will be fairly short.
Are you a wizard? Yes.
You're in.
A little flame just
Can
flickers.
you
over
use your
my
staff?
knuckles.
Can you use the staff? Can you fight with a staff? Then you must be a wizard.
Funny,
Alright.
you haven't seen one wizard walking around the tower
Right.
with fucking staff.
I think I said this once before. I didn't.
Oh,
I was going to say, I didn't. When we jumped towers, I didn't bring any camping gear because we left our tent and stuff. So I'm going to assume that we haven't got our general equipment. So we're going to get
a basic backpack, which I've still got with me because I take that most places I go.
five.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume we've got to buy all that, mate. Backpack, little.
Well, there's the field equipment, which is your bedroll, cooking pan, firewood, flint and steel, rope and
So
water.
5 of them. Sorry, 6 of them because there's 6 of us. 5 of us. Sorry.
Oh, we doing? I assumed that we were going to be doing this. I didn't realise we were writing the list out this very moment.
Well, what
20
else are we going to do,
well,
mate?
20
Otherwise, we got an hour of listening to your research.
Yeah, 4 way. We have to take 4 way bread each because that will take 30 days, wasn't it? Or 7 days per way bread. So 20 will cover
Find these
5 of us.
special price list for wonderful and exciting arrows.
Yeah.
Can we get? Is it worth having some normal food?
Well, it'll be a bit different, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
5 times 5. Okay. We're going to have food for 5 days of just standard food straw.
Yep.
How big's that whey bread then? A day's worth of whey bread?
A loaf. So
Oh, a loaf.
4 of them.
loaf
So
size.
that's good because we can carry that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Good for cushioning when you fall.
Yeah.
What's
Normal food.
not that you'd be falling. What sort of arrows, do you want, Nick?
Well, I don't know. What I was just trying to. I'm in the main rule book. They haven't really got.
Flame, snaring, hammerhead, armor piercing, rope cutting, swallow's tail, whistler, or grappling.
It's armor piercing really, which just as a point of extra damage, but costs a shitload more.
Yeah, 5 shillings a piece. Those ones.
Yeah. So 20.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. The guy doesn't bat an eyelid. You walk in and go, I need some arrows. Armor piercing. He goes 20. Puts them in a quiver. Puts that on the counter. He starts putting the loaves of bread on the counter. What else? Mess kits, right? Gets one of his little.
I'm still.
Runner comes back with 5 field equipment packs. Puts them on the counter.
Woven silk armor.
Woven,
No.
It's only 10 tailors. It's not that much.
What?
woven silk armor. One moment. What size? Right. Get down over there. We'll just measure you up. Blah, 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 blah.
Size.
When are you leaving?
Day after tomorrow.
Okay. We'll have that done this afternoon for you.
I like this place.
Are you sure you really need that?
Herbal cures. We need herbal cures.
How many?
Herbal cures, yeah.
10.
Okay. Again, he looks at the chit. Yeah, I can do that. That'll be a pack on its own.
Mm-hmm. That'll be me then.
Well, you've got 2 packs then, haven't you? Your bread.
But we'll have to
And
get
your
out
herbs.
some various
At the moment,
things.
you've got a pack each, which is your field gear. You've got another smaller carry sack with your 4 loaves of bread in. Parker's now got a medical sack.
Each of us has got 5 days of just normal camping, traveling food.
Okay.
Can I get a shovel, a small one, like a hand sort of
Yeah.
one?
Parker, you're like, you don't really want to be carrying too much more gear, Parker.
No, I know. I'm fully aware.
Not weight-wise, it's just awkward-wise.
Right. What time of year is it? What's the weather going to be like when we get in there? Are we going to be able to just sleep, or are we
Well,
going to need?
it's winter now anyway. You won't see much snow here, fortunately. As for in the forest itself, the guy sort of leans forward and goes, "Well, are you thinking of sleeping on the floor?"
I mean, ideally not, but I mean,
Ideally not.
I don't
Then
know
you're
what-
going to want hammocks.
hammocks. Ah, hammocks.
Hammocks. You're going to want covered hammocks.
Ah, okay. Good to know. Covered hammocks it is then.
Okay. Checks the chit. Okay. I'll get them. How many? 5. Right. The
Yeah.
stuff on the counter is like, you're still there. Yeah. Right.
Mm.
What do you want now?
What have we
What
got?
Anything
about
else?
is water included in the food?
No.
Oh, God.
Can we drink the river water, or will that?
No. Don't drink anything in there unless you know it's a fresh stream.
Oh, that's a bugger. Water's heavy.
Yep.
That is a bugger.
Water is the thing. What do people do? What have people decided to do in the past?
Yeah,
Water must be one of the main things that you always get asked about.
Carry lots of water skins.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Oh, well.
You will find water in there.
That's impressive.
It's the darkness. Ah! You will
The
find
house is
water,
burning
but
down.
I would be very, very, very careful.
Is there a way-
15 water skins, 3 water skins each.
Does if water would be tainted in some way, would which site show that? I mean, obviously not. No. Okay.
Tainted water it doesn't have a specific. It doesn't have a shadow, does it?
I wouldn't have a shadow.
Right.
Oh dear.
I'm just. You see, he's actually flicking through a great big load of scrolls and paperwork. I'm just wondering if there is anything I can. No, not that. Wonder if possibly we have any alchemical.
I was just thinking that as well.
What about boiling water?
Again, there's a possibility there's a possibility you should be okay. It just depends on where you're getting it from.
There are antidotes, but I don't know if they would necessarily work against. They work against poison. I don't know if they work against tainted water.
There's antidote candles, which are quite good, but that's mainly for poison.
Yeah.
Um,
Anything that, as far as I'm aware, anything that gets rid of corruption only gets rid of it temporarily,
yeah.
or palms it off into something else.
No, I don't think I've got anything in that will be as good as anything that's going to. No. No, not when it comes to water.
Do we buy crossbows at all for those who don't usually use crossbows? Are the hand crossbows useful for us or not?
Well, you've got a choice. You can have a normal crossbow, you can have a repeating crossbow, or there are small crossbows.
A repeating crossbow.
Yeah, haha, repeating crossbow. But you can get small crossbows which are concealable.
Yeah.
I think I want a hand crossbow, I think. Or I don't really want it to be something that becomes my primary weapon, but I think in the forest, not knowing what's out there.
Very well.
I don't know how many you get, 5, 10 arrows.
Bolts.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't want to take lots. I just want to. That's definitely a
10,
secondary.
10 bolts.
Anybody else?
I'd end up
Anybody
shooting
else?
I'd end up shooting myself in the foot with it.
Yeah.
Gotta hope.
Oh,
He's just got himself some armor. So anybody else wants to have that privilege of doing something while we can?
Well, I don't know how much they're going to spend, mate. Well, we could buy a lot of heavy armor, but they're probably not going to allow us to chuck that all on the chick. So, you know, I don't really know. I suppose we should have asked the bloke what we're allowed to buy and what we're not allowed to buy.
oh, you could just ask the bloke who's got who's holding the fucking chit in front of you.
That's true. Can we throw some heavy armor on the chick?
How many watts? What's who? Heavy armor.
Yes.
What sort?
I'm looking at that now.
We have field plate, full plate, Templar plate, Wraith plate. But I wouldn't recommend any plate.
Yeah, it's a trouble, isn't it?
Do you have
In those conditions.
It's-
I've been in. I used to go in there before this.
Yeah, I don't think heavy armor's going to really cut it, is it?
Yeah, you don't want to end up falling overboard in heavy armor, dear.
Well, any metal armor's going to be the end of the world, really, isn't it?
Fall in a swamp.
Mm.
You got anything like a waterproof sack? Anything that's got sack that's covered with oil, watery oil that prevents it from being. If we're going on a boat and I fall in, I kind of want to know the food or the bandages are not.
I can get you 2 waterproof sacks.
Yeah, I think we skip the armor. There's some plate in it.
I mean, if we could have a couple of antidotes, that would come in handy just in case. I mean, I imagine there'll be poison things.
Yep. Oh yes.
Half a dozen?
Yep.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
So we had the Ranger's armor. He had his arrows as well, didn't you? Arrows. 20 wave bread, 5 field equipment packs, 25 days of normal food, which equals 5 days each. A hand shovel, herbal cures. I don't know how many we said we had. 5 covered hammocks, 3 water skins each. Don't have to be filled, but they don't last very long. I don't know how many water skins last. How much a full one lasts. Antidotes. Again, don't know how many. A hand crossbow with 10 bolts, 2 waterproof sacks. If I have one and somebody else has one, who wants it?
Well,
Does Yanni want
it? It wants to be Gad, doesn't it? Because we have to be a bit careful what we're carrying the others of us.
Yeah.
You do have a lot of gear. Well, technically it's not a lot of gear. If
I'm
you know,
thinking about Yanni.
Excellent.
I'm
Can you carry
thinking
lots?
about Yanni so she can put the medical stuff in there.
I mean, you've got to remember she's a small girl.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
no,
you want
you
the
start 'em
waterproof
out, you know,
bandages to
throw
be
a pack for
waterproof?
her,
that
she's
sort of
all right.
thing? No, she's one.
Do we want, I mean, we need new shoes, like special boots? I don't know if they do. Obviously not like snowshoes, but I don't know, is there a swamp shoes, forest?
no, they don't do special shoes.
We just have some new, although we don't really want to go in new boots, do we? Because then we'll get fucking blistered to shit.
If I'm going to be honest, you don't want to be trying on new shoes just before you march. No, you don't.
No, of course not.
No, don't want to do that. Don't want to shout at you to go faster.
We'll go the speed that we go
I'll
at.
go fast in a forest.
At least there's one good thing about this. I suppose we just have to
Well,
hope.
I've only got a small axe, and I think you've got one too, haven't you? You haven't really got a cutting kind of machete kind of thing, maybe?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Ballista.
I might be a bit remiss in pointing this out, sirs, but do you want some rope?
Ropes included in the field equipment.
How much rope have you got in your field equipment?
I don't know. You gave us the field equipment. It says rope is one of the parts of field equipment.
That's all right then.
And each of us has got field equipment.
Nice to know you've checked. Well done.
Yep. Not just a pretty face.
You're not even that, you cunt.
Is your dog coming with us?
Yes, of course, the dog's coming with us.
Does he need anything?
No.
We get one of those little packs with things on the side.
Yeah.
It's that big. It's only a small. Yes, at moments like this, I probably could have done better with a really big dog with panniers, but no, sadly, no.
Oh, well.
I'll think about that in future. But
How remiss of me for getting a small dog.
yeah,
Stuff. I don't think. I mean, holy water. I don't know, but that's all. Once you start getting up, there's like things that are alchemical, and then there's like, oh yeah, just an alchemical grenade. Like, no, we can't have that. Have to do.
What?
What's maps?
Do we need a climbing hook? Something like that? Do we go with the rope?
You can have a climbing hook. It's not a problem.
Carlo, I mean, you're more of a woodsman than the rest of us. I mean, I wouldn't want to call you a.
not
outdoor.
really these woods, but yeah.
But I mean, would we need any kind of navigation equipment, like cartographers' instruments or stuff like that? I don't know. I don't know. That's not my.
Well, it depends.
We
Are
need
you
to find
planning
out
on?
that-
Are you planning on me being alive all the way through this?
We were hoping so. Yes.
In which case, you don't need any navigation equipment
Oh, that's good.
You reckon? What makes you say that?
because I've got sixth sense at the level, which means I can find my way. I can find my way. I have got an inbuilt compass. It's your rules, mate, not mine.
Oh no, I know exactly what it says.
Yep.
I also know exactly where you're going as well.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's if that's a thing. I mean, they do have cartographers' instruments, which is parchment and stuff.
More shit to carry.
Yeah. If Carlo knows what way north is, and that's pretty much it, isn't it?
And we have a map.
Is the idea. I mean, obviously, if we get into some sort of magical, confused area, then yeah, then we're in trouble.
Yeah, but even Texans and that wouldn't help, would they? So
Yeah, that's right. So a compass wouldn't help you in that situation.
as good as you need.
Worst thing, I can see Parker going through I can see him looking through the equipment list going, want. And now all of a sudden you sit and start putting all the stuff on, and you're like, that's a lot of gear. If you get into you can't fight when you're carrying all of this.
Yeah, I'm not asking. That's why. Otherwise, I would have said yes, please. I'll just here's a thing and all of that.
You know, if a fight, I mean, Gad and Marvello could go, yeah, okay, we might be able to do a defensive fight with all this gear on. But if you want us to like spring forward and do aggressive fighting, it's too much.
So basically, we need to work out our backpacks to have a fairly quick release.
Yeah.
And probably we want some small bits of rope and some way of making sure we can latch them onto trees or something, because we don't want them sitting on the ground, do we, if it's all muddy or sweaty or.
Well, we could certainly use some little hooks, couldn't we?
Yeah, we'll throw in like half a dozen small hand hooks.
Yeah.
Whatever the fancy equivalent of carabiners.
Yes. I've got an idea. You could get a bit of metal and you could bend it around here and do it.
Yeah.
Like looks like you're about ready for an expedition, gentlemen.
We are sorted.
Well,
I prefer to think of us as hoping to be ready. I think to say we're ready is to invite potential disaster.
it's just you lot going, is it?
Yeah. What's left on the chitty, and what could we have that's unusual that we wouldn't think about?
What's left on the chit, and what can we have that's unusual?
Well, I
Is
mean,
there a
Sorry,
special
sir, but that
can-
sounds like a grab for just a toy.
no, it's more that this is our first time. We've never been into them.
No, I meant in the sense.
No, we lost him.
We lost him.
It was that important.
It clearly was important, and we've lost him. He's gone.
Is there special candles that we should take? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, regarding fire, can we just burn the forest wood? Will that be acceptable? It's not going to, burning local wood.
We have got some firewood in our kits, but yeah, obviously we'll need to.
Yeah.
You,
Not Jesse, right, John?
Can you hear me?
yeah, we can now.
No, we can't now.
Now we can't.
No.
I love that it always kicks in when he says, "Can you hear me?" And then you go, "Yeah." And nothing else.
Yeah, but he might be saying, "Can you hear me?" all the time now, and we can't, so we don't know.
True.
We have no
I'm
John.
only talking now. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes.
Now.
But your lips aren't moving.
You're not moving, but we did hear you.
Mork calling Orson.
I'm not.
Come on.
Yes. Can you hear me now? Good.
Yes, we
Huh?
can hear you.
Hello, cabbages,
Hello.
bananas.
Bananas.
You.
For some reason, you're not moving. So
Ah, that's why I wrote down stewed cabbages and stewed. It was that stupid answer, bloody call and response password that we had.
that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, why the fuck have I got cabbages stewed written down in the middle of my notes?
For some reason,
None of you remembered that. Great. They're ready. I had it in my head like fucking cabbage stew, bam, and you'd all be just staring at me.
Yeah, I didn't remember that at all.
That's brilliant.
well,
A useful password.
That's good, yeah.
I think.
you need.
Keep it. We need to keep it.
Hey, what? He's gone again, isn't he?
We're
Is he
not.
going
Yeah,
again?
yeah. We're not expected to be cold, are we? They established with the weather system and that. It's not.
You shouldn't freeze to death.
Yeah.
Unless you
I mean,
get
we've got outdoor coats and outdoor cloaks and what have you, but yeah, we don't need anything extra, like.
No.
Hmm,
But then
okay.
again, yeah. Who can tell?
Well, it will be a learning experience, if nothing else.
That's the
Let's
thing.
just hope it's one of these learning experiences that we survive to learn from, because obviously, otherwise, it's.
How far are you going in?
We are looking for a ruin roughly. Apparently, there's
In the middle. Somewhere in the middle.
It's
In the
not right in the middle. No, it's not right in the middle. It's quite close to in the grand scheme of things. I believe it's near somewhere.
It's 10 days in.
Sun Temple. Apparently, it's near that. 10 days in.
That's a hike and a half. Yeah. Well, I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
May Price smile upon us all.
Remember also, though, there is the great Prios, and may his light be ever bright in our hearts. But remember also, you are in barbarian lands, and their beliefs might be slightly different. Things to be aware of.
Good to know.
Some of the old gods and the old ways sometimes creep back.
Thank you for your help. We appreciate it.
As I said, I wish you all the best.
When we return, we shall tell you our story.
Well, if you bring any curiosities out, bring them here and I'll do you a deal on them.
Excellent.
I'm feeling like an adventurer. Oh, what he says, shrugging under the weight of his backpack. I feel like a proper adventurer.
Like, Yanni's like got the medical kit strapped to her, and she's dragging her field equipment sack, and she's like,
Have you got another hand free there, Yanni?
yeah.
I'm going to take some of her equipment.
That's excellent, because if John keeps taking her equipment, if it's like she's carried very much, I'll keep giving her bits of mine.
No, clearly,
She's hardly going to say, "Oh yeah, I'll carry yours for you, Carlo."
Great idea.
Yeah, but if Marvello then keeps taking it off of her, it'll be brilliant. I like this. Marvello ends up carrying. He's clearly keen on the idea. Look, he's so keen on the idea. He obviously wants to be.
Jazz hands.
Marvello the mule.
Yeah,
Bless him.
exactly what he is. Where's me? Oh, there it is. Right, so you've got everything you need.
John, don't pull any more funny poses because you just know your fucking camera's going to freeze when you're doing it.
You get back to your.
None of you are freezing, and I can hear you perfectly.
Sadly, you keep freezing.
You get to your house, and there's a envelope has been slipped under the door. Open it up, and it is your pass.
Aha. Lovely.
Signed for a month.
Mm-hmm. And does it say like
Does it
what we're
give
allowed
us
to
the
do?
right to take stuff out?
It's got you down for everything.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
It's a good deal, but only a month. Oh, well, I mean, we'll run out of food within a month anyway. So if we're not out within a month, we're in trouble.
So it's got you down for gathering, harvesting, exploring, and incompetence.
Thank you, Bobby.
Bit concerned that the incompetence is at the full 15 thalia.
Incompetent to us?
Yes. Because this is your first trip in, you've had no prior experience in Dracovar. So
I just assumed it was somebody who knew us personally.
Yeah.
I just wondered how he knew us, you know.
So
I'm going to have to do some research tonight about this area and what the previous expedition went in there for, and you know the communications. They said I think they made 2 communications before it all broke down.
all you get is that they've set up a small outer camp on the shore of the river. They set up an outpost, and that's where the supplies get shipped to. They then made inland from the river to set up an HQ further in an area called the Dead Forest. And the last that was mentioned is that the entire group, except for 2 apprentices, were going to find a tomb. A tomb of some old Symbaroum king.
Fair enough.
Can I get name? I mean, can I get a list of names?
Have we got anything from?
What? The novices, the names are Marla and Plendel.
So he's answered for me.
And the actual head of the expedition was Magister Sanina.
Right.
Sanina.
Sanina. She's the main head honcho of the expedition.
And we'll get directions as well. I mean, if obviously they know there's a tomb, or they think there's a tomb that way, so we know that that's the way we're supposed to go. We'll mark that on the map that we've been given. So in theory, we know where we're going. Ish. How many days in from the shore was the HQ that they made?
Doesn't really say. It just says they've marched in from the river. They have set up a main HQ.
Hopefully we'll be able to follow the track.
You know, they've left the 2 novices at the outpost for when supply ships come up the river, and we found the location of the tomb, and we will be exploring that next.
I think actually, Straw, if I can find an attribute, an ability that's anything to do with tracking, I'll look at something like that next.
Okay.
Because I do sort of get into tracking a bit, and I'm trying to do it. I don't think there's one in the basic rule, but
Okay. Well, you should have a copy of the advanced one as well.
yeah, I think I've got that somewhere. It's just the basic one I found, and it's in the Dropbox, but I don't know where the advanced one is, but I can find it.
Yeah, well, it should be in there as well, actually, as I put them all in there. If not, let me know and I'll get you another thing. Right.
Well, you know I'm going to end up having a look anyway for you.
Right, so you've got all these packs and you're all ready. Yanni's very, very quiet.
Ooh.
I'll spend some time with her and explain this is a what's the word? Like
It's a great adventure, and can you carry these as well?
I'm going to carry as much of her stuff as I can, but I'm no.
No, my fellow's already done that.
Oh, here we go again. Yeah.
Where she does ask, you know, I'm sorry, Master, but is anyone else scared? They don't seem it.
Not
Well,
yet.
We're all a bit. I would think we're all a bit nervous, but we take these things as we find them, and fear. You mustn't let fear take control of you.
The forest kills, and there's bad things in the forest.
That is true, but if you let the fear of it take over, then you're not able to face up to it. Let's go through some breathing exercises, and then we can learn to put our emotions into the back of our mind so that we can deal with the situation that's in front of us.
She's screwed, isn't she? She's going to grow up an emotional wreck.
Yeah, well and truly.
Yes.
Just need
Uncle Gad. She's nothing to worry about with Uncle Gad and Uncle Carlo. About you, okay?
Yeah, at least they're not going to be the ones who are pulling your arms in opposite directions.
Yes.
So, are you leaving on the following morning?
Yep.
Yes.
Have we checked, Vandro? Are they okay to teleport us down to the other town then?
That's a yes, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes. No, they haven't. You're going to have to walk.
Well, can they make it out for longer than a month then? We push to get in and out in a month.
I will check in the evening with the ranger. Our ranger. How do we use this hand crossbow? What do I need to worry about? Which way do I point
Right,
it?
hold your arm out straight. Right, here you go. Pull that bit there.
Sharp bit. towards
Basically, it's concealable. So when you pull it out, the actual bow then flips out. Then you can fire. Okay.
It's also going to have pretty little sidearms because it won't have much for range or anything and that. But yeah.
The next morning, then, it's a misty, murky start. You're fairly sticky and wet by the time you get to the Wizard's Tower. You are quickly ushered in, quickly up the stairs into the chamber where the three masters are. And without any ceremony at all, they just gather you onto the circle and begin to weave their magic. Kind of weird because you forget that you expect it to just instantly happen, but it doesn't. It takes its time. Slowly, the runes on the circle begin to glow. And then all of a sudden, it just goes.
I will have an arrow ready because you never know.
It's a bleak moment. You're standing on a black beach. There's a sun in the sky, but the sun appears to be black. And there's you can see things in the sand. And as you look closer, they look like crosses with people hanging on them. And then all of a sudden, you are in another tower. Lower your weapons.
What the fuck?
And there's 4 mages around, and they're all held up. And there are acolytes between them, and they've all got defensive spells up. Lower your weapons.
Yeah, sure, I will.
Of course.
We're in the right place. And finally.
You have arrived. That is good. Doesn't matter. Now, we were told
That's not the first journey we've had like this, but this was definitely the worst we've been.
it's not always exact. But fortunately, you are all here, so come. Let's get you out of this tower. And as you're walking through, Parker, you are like, this is amazing. This makes the place in Thistlehold look like Thetford Library compared to one of the biggest libraries in the entire world.
Huh.
Right, this place is amazing. There are hundreds of people streaming through. It's ridiculous.
I am resisting the urge to just take off my pack and go, right, fuck you nerds, I'm out.
You're like, oh my God. What? They've got a whole section of books over there dedicated to each of the different spell laws. You're like, oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
I wonder what they do if this place catches fire. It looks really dangerous here. It's a fire risk.
You lot, the rest of you are. There's no doubt about it. Even though you're not mage, it is impressive.
Yeah, I know. You just think, God, there's a lot of paper in here.
And the weird thing is, that's the weird thing that suddenly gets you. Oh, it's all stone. Because you've been in Thistlehold everywhere is wood.
Yeah.
This is only a big stone building.
Ah, okay. That's good. So the building wouldn't burn. That's all right then.
Well, you'd like to think not. And as you come out of the tower, you can see you're on the highest point of a hill.
Mhm.
And you look about you can see the town itself. It's laid out on 4 different hills with the river running straight through the middle of the town.
Okay.
Kind of like that weird sort of thing.
Mm.
Okay. Wow.
So Waterhole Tavern, then, if you could point us in a direction, please. Yeah.
And he points you right to the far north of the town. You'll have to cross the river by the bridge there, which is a special bridge, the Bridge of Banatar. It is actually the only bridge to cross, and then follow the coastline all the way up, and you'll eventually come to the Waterhole.
Where we're hopeful of a boat and an all-day breakfast, although not in that order.
Well, you'll soon find out, won't you? Waterhole, it's a single-story building. There's a huge skin of some animal that's been tacked to the side of the wall. You look at it, Nick, and you're like, I have no idea what that is. No idea. And inside, it's fairly busy. A lot of the people are obviously water workers, some form of boat person or boat builders or that kind of thing. There are a few of the barbarian clientele, but there's, you walk in, they don't suddenly go, and the Ambrians who are already in there are drinking, and there's no fighting or anything. You were kind of expecting, well, you see barbarians, they're automatically going to kill everybody. No. And someone comes over and goes, you're a bit laden down. Can we help you?
We were looking to hire a boat, and we were told here was a place to ask, but we'd also probably like something to eat, I think, before we go.
Well, we have fish of the day, or we have soup, bread, stew. We have water, black brew, or zucchini and black brew. Drop your stuff there, get to a table, and I'll have someone come over.
We do that.
Stew. I want a stew.
Well, I think we wanted a hot meal before we leave, don't we? Because
Yeah, definitely.
Stew, spicy clam stew.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
And because you don't have seafood in Thistlehold, you're like, oh, that is, oh, hello.
You see, I haven't got a clue what a clam is. Do they fly? I've not seen clams before.
No, you're sort of, how do you eat it? What,
I wonder what part of the animal that is.
you're like, it's the whole animal.
Oh, small animal then.
You can get 3 or 4 in a spoon.
Crunching through the shells, just like.
So you're looking for at least, what's that? A shilling for the stew each. And what do you want? Do you want spring water, black brew, or Zurichian black brew?
Just water.
I want spring water.
Okay, well so it's a shilling for the stew and 1 ortig for the water.
Good.
We're not having a beer.
You're gonna
I'm not.
have if
We'll
you
be
want
on the boat for a while, right? So it doesn't really matter if we're hungover day one, you know?
the black brews, two ortigs.
I'll have a black brew.
Yeah, go on then.
I'm not. We're on a mission.
Sitting on a boat.
You're on a mission, are you? He sort of rubs his beard. What's that?
We're looking to hire a boat, take us upriver.
Upriver, where to?
Vandro, come over and talk to this gentleman. There's our money man.
There. We're going here. I'll get the map out. We're going here.
Okay, slightly off the beaten track. I think what you need to do, if you talk to Captain Olval,
Olval.
probably be in later. He runs the
Oh,
River Maiden.
Marvello.
When he goes, can we not be very specific exactly where we're going?
I don't know really.
The whole point is that everybody knows, everybody's looking for information about where to go for quests and everything else. We have to be a little bit
Yeah, but we've got to tell the boatman.
vague enough. Yeah, information enough to get to where we want to go, but
I don't know. I don't know. It's a secret. I know what you're saying, but
information has a high value here, isn't it?
yeah, but we're not saying what we're doing. We're just saying we're going in. I mean, we might be the most experienced treasure hunters that have ever been in existence, and we're heading onto a shore thing that's paved in gold, or we might be a bunch of idiots who are going to die within 2 days of setting foot in the forest.
It feels like it's like a gold rush. You know, if you hear that something in a mountain is full of gold, people are going to rush to it.
But if other people go there, it's not that also isn't a bad thing, because firstly, they could help us, and secondly, if there are bad things there, they might actually. Are you familiar with this expression, pips on a dice?
Yes.
No. Do you know what I feel? That once we get into a forest, other groups don't really have the same. We are all part of the same team.
But we're not looking for. I will talk quietly about this. It's not like we're going in and we're looking for the golden, jewel of what's his face. Because then, yes, you're right. We might get competition with other people trying to get to the golden jewel before we do. We're not after a fucking golden jewel. If some other people want to pitch up and offer to help, provided they don't want any money for it, then.
And also, without poo-pooing our own mighty, impressive nature, we clearly look like a bunch of noobs with your standard noob equipment that you get given, and we've got a bit too much of it, and it's all brand new. Like, we look like no one's going to look up.
Still,
the only thing people might want is go after us, slit our throats, and then come back to the shop and say, "Hey, anyone want to buy a load of?"
Yeah, there is that.
We haven't got that much money's worth, I don't think.
Nice meal though.
Was good.
Yanni, don't wipe your mouth with your new robes. It's okay. It's okay.
See, she is following Marvel about.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
You have noticed that she's copying Parker when it comes to being all the studious bits, but then when it does come to eating, she does sort of sit down and sort of quickly We've all seen that somewhere else.
Oh God, he's going to buy her a wizard staff, but have a big spoon on the end.
Open mouth, open wide.
Oy vey.
Spare the rod and spoil the apprentice.
Few hours pass. It's weird because obviously a lot of the people that do come in here are in fact barbarians. And bizarrely enough, when they do come in, they're not drinking, they're drinking water.
Okay. Do they do anything like every time they come in or speak to each other? Do they do like a weird, like under the leg handshake?
Cabbages stewed.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of them do have like wooden masks when they come in. They sort of just push them up to the top of the heads and everything. But yeah, they're just not quite what you were expecting. They can drink water.
Yeah,
but
I think we were trying to
drinking.
Wrong with drinking water.
Drinking the black brew. But obviously, the tales that you've all heard of the barbarians are a bit different to actual barbarians. Anyway, Blood comes in.
Also, we're in a big city. These are probably the more civilized barbarians. These aren't the ones that live in caves and.
Yeah, this is a city compared to Thistlehold. It's like a town. So this bloke comes in.
We need to go back. Once we've done our thing, is it worth being here rather than in the?
Well, we need to hire the captain, don't we?
No, once we've completed our mission, we take them back to.
I see what you mean. Yeah, could be.
It's a better place to be.
It seems so.
But we will have some amount of standing in Thistlehold once we get there. If we keep trying to move to a new place.
Although also we possibly, if we had enough money, we could have maybe paid our accommodation until we got back, which we haven't done. But never mind.
And Thistlehold is literally right on the doorstep of the forest. Anyway, a bloke comes in. Rough and ready looking chap. and he gets to the bar, swigs of water, and then gets an ale. Barman leans over and chats to him and points in your direction, and the bloke comes walking over, sees your big pile of stuff, and sits down. So, I'm Captain Orgval. I believe you're looking for a ship.
Indeed, we are.
Well, I have a ship.
Excellent.
We are attempting to get upriver, down the, what was the name of the river? Crikey.
Crikey, there's no river called Crikey.
It began with an M and it was a long word. Millipede.
He's beginning to look a little bit concerned at this point.
I'll get the map out.
Get the map out. Basically, you sail upriver for a few days, and there's a large river that goes off northeast off the main. You need to go up that one.
The Malgamore.
That's the one.
Thank you.
Millipede, Malgamore, close.
How far up the Malgamore are you wanting to go?
Probably 2 stops. One stop is to check an area that we think is the initial camping site that we want to follow, and then we'll need a secondary drop off. How long we're going to be there? Not sure. And obviously then we may need to pick up back here.
And how much are you thinking of paying for this first drop, second drop, and pick up at some unspecified point?
Well, the thing is, we were given a budget by the Ordo Magicus for this job.
Right.
We're not interested in making money out of them for the money they gave us. So we're very happy for you to have all of that money. And we're assuming that the guy who gave it to us knows roughly what the going rate is.
Fair point.
And how much is that?
Andrew, elbow Andrew.
Come on, mage, speak up.
Let's say 85 Taylor.
You expect me to risk my ship going up the Malgamore for 85 Talia? You're wasting my time.
It wasn't what I expected.
Vandro, didn't he give us?
And he starts to get up.
He did give us 100.
Yeah, 100 Taylor.
No.
No more, no less.
125.
On the return journey, there may be more people.
How many more?
If there's more people, then they will certainly, you will be offered. If we're looking to rescue an expedition. If we find survivors.
No, you get me wrong. The question is not how many because I want more money. The question is how many because of space.
Let's say maximum of another 15, but I doubt that we'll even have 1 or 2. But we're there to have a look. Maximum will be 15. I don't believe we'll find anybody.
If there's 15, they can get their own way out with the mages, can't they? So there won't be 15. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
So we're looking for mages.
There was an expedition sent by the Ordo Magica. They have lost contact. We have been sent to regain contact.
Yeah.
He again looks at your big pile of stuff. Okay. So you want me and my crew to take you up the Malgamore, drop you off at one point with the possibility of a second point. Then how long am I supposed to wait for your return?
You don't have to wait. The second point, we walk, don't we, Marvello? We get dropped off where they made camp. The second camp is obviously away from the river, so we walk. And then...
What, you think we'll make our own way out?
Yeah, because they did. And we're following where they went. How many days you wait? Well, how many days would you be prepared to wait for that money?
That depends on what we find on the way.
Yeah, of course. I mean, in an ideal world, we should only need 3 or 4 days.
Then I will give you 4 days. Unless we have trouble on the way up. If there's trouble on the way up, I might have to cut it shorter.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
Then we say 50 now and 50 upon completion.
Fair.
Takes the money. Well, if you head down to the docks in the morning, find
The River Maiden, I believe, is yours. Yes.
find the River Maiden. La, 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 la. If you can't fight, if you can't see me, just look for Tamari.
Use your first mate, I believe, is the term.
Aye. There's no tide as such, so we'll be leaving as soon as you're ready, as soon as you're aboard. Is this all of your stuff?
Yep.
Right, then I suggest I have some of my. I'll get some runners to come and take this to the boat now.
Nice fun.
Otherwise, you're going to be lugging that all through the streets in the morning, and you're not going to want that.
No, that's charitable. Thank you.
The waterhole here. Would you know if they have rooms or if there's somewhere we could stay the evening?
They'll do you rooms. They'll do you flop space here for $1 for all of you.
Oh, wonderful.
Fine.
So we leave in the morning.
Morning.
Indeed. To your good health.
And yours. And with that, he finishes his drink, gets up, throws a couple of Talia on the table, gets himself another round, and walks out.
It's a kind man.
Yeah, that's the last we ever see of him.
Yeah, that's right. He's up 48, Talia.
Yeah, we turn up the boat and they go, "Who?"
Losers.
That's it, we're not there yet.
Fuck that.
Well, he's given us 2 Talia at 20 shillings, and the beer's $1, so we could have a few beers on him. So we probably won't care.
Yeah, but food again as well, and fucking paying to stay here, and all
That's
adds
what you're
up.
there for. You are Kitty Monkey.
Kitty Monkey. 20 minutes later,
There we go.
you're dead.
The real captain walks in.
Funny, and they took all our stuff as well. How nice of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really kind.
20 minutes later, a sort of fairly fit bloke and a small goblin come walking in. The goblin comes over. You for boat tomorrow? Yes. Your staff, points at it.
Indeed, yes, that would be it.
Yes, we take to boat. Good.
You're
I
with
do
who?
hope they haven't got any con merchants in this part of the world, otherwise we're in so much
No, we have to keep without a paddle.
Me nigra, that Arello.
Okay.
Arello's like, all right. And he starts loading up himself with your bags.
Do you want some help?
We could hire him to come into the forest.
All right, I've got it. And he's like, that one. And he's got a lot.
Definitely. When we get dropped off at the camp, I reckon we ought to borrow him, because I mean they're not going to be doing anything for 4 days. They're just waiting for us anyway. So
We'll take this lot to the boat, and we'll see you in the morning, I believe.
See you in the morning. Yep.
Come on, Nigra. Why do I get all heavy bags? And she's got like one bag. He's like, really? Come on. And they depart. Barman comes over. Can I get you anything else?
Well, we were going to crash here for the evening. That's possible.
It is indeed. $1.
Here we go.
I'll get blankets for you, and I hope you sleep well. It'll be a bit rowdy a bit later.
Yeah, we're sorry about that. Do we need to apologise in advance?
All right. And with that,
It's a bit bad on his tap water.
that's the end for today.
Whoa.
So that will leave you with more stuff to do next time. So we'll sign off here to all the ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls who are watching. Parker, do your thing.
If you want to help us out, we've got various things you can do in the doobly-doo box below. We've got Patreons and stuff like that. But make sure, if you do nothing else, do this one thing. Everybody, don't forget
now.
to...
I've tried to do this even when I've tried it.
If you like it, want to subscribe. If you don't like it and don't want to subscribe, you don't have to like and subscribe. But we would like if you liked and subscribed. And until next time, everyone,
It's not going to work.
Hello.